the I'm a Fan of podcast, music, comedy, and more.
Parker Slavens, dude, welcome back.
Hello, happy to be back.
I mean, I'm super impressed with your Harmful Romantic release.
Wow.
Because we were texting about it.
Yes,
And
yeah.
Two people recently that I was kind of discussing, projects like that was you and Paul Varghese.
Mm-hmm.
Both people, I was talking to Lawrence Rosales, I think I texted you, didn't I?
Yeah,
I was talking to Lawrence on a Friday night, and I was like, we were just talking about people who had released stuff since he'd released stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, this is so exciting that lots of people are putting stuff out in the scene right now. These people who need to. And I was like, dude, I don't know, man. I was like, Parker, I heard he filmed something. I heard Paul film something. I was like, I don't know what's going on when they're going to release it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like a day or two later, it comes out.
Right.
I was like, oh, hell yeah. Okay,
that's
awesome.
Yeah, that was very serendipitous.
It was pretty cool, yeah. And then I was just so excited because I remembered you talking about how you wanted it to look.
Yeah.
I remember you saying you wanted kind of that run and gun feel.
Yes.
And it seems like you got it, right?
Yeah,
Are you happy with how it looks?
I am happy.
Yeah.
It was great. And then I was shooting for this almost time capsule effect where it's like, oh, when did this come out?
Mm-hmm.
And so it does feel like you put in a TV recorded VHS.
Yeah.
Just no ads.
Okay.
There's
I know.
no, yeah.
I know. I wish I could have got with you to talk to you in person because we were texting about,
I know.
what you wanted and how you're looking at things.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to really get it. But
articulate it and then to have 8 ideas at once and then at the end of the day you just do it and then you're like, well, what can I do with what we have?
I mean, that's always the factor, right?
Yeah.
It's like I wish we were in the future where you had Neuralink or something, and instead of us even talking, you just send me the vision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you just sit and it's
like,
oh, that's going to look incredible.
Yeah.
Did you still weren't you going to have a family member film it for you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not. I ended up.
Who'd you use?
I used the people who did our wedding video.
No way.
Yeah,
they did a great job.
They did a great job. So they got their start recording church stuff.
Yeah. Sure.
So they're recording preachers and
so they're used to being at the back of the room, getting the shots.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then now they work for Universal Music Group.
Wow.
And they made I can't remember the artist, but a really, it's not an indie label artist obviously, but that sound of indie.
No, what do you mean?
Almost like Tame Impala
musician.
style music.
Okay.
Yeah. They work with people like that all the time. And I'm like,
wow, shooting music videos and stuff?
Yes.
Was this the first comedy thing they shot?
Yes, yeah. So they're very excited to do it.
What kind of direction did you even give them? Because that's so out of their wheelhouse at the moment.
Yeah, I sent them clips of Succession.
Really?
The TV show, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's documentary style. It's reality TV style. Shaky cam. Or not shaky, but handheld.
I know what you mean. Not shaky like Blair Witch.
Yeah,
just not on a
but
tripod.
Yes. Yeah. And then snap zooms and rack focusing, which is also kind of scary because we only got 3 cameras. And if one guy is which it happened, rack focusing and it's not good, shot. And then the other person, there's a server in the way and you're like, oh no, what do we do? And you're just I guess we just go with the one that looks the best. Yeah.
We ran into that with Lawrence's where just the stuff that happens at a club that you don't think about when you're an audience member, right? But there's always somebody handing off a drink.
Yes.
And you guys are on the stage so much that you don't notice when the lights hit those servers from the crowd perspective.
Right.
Right. So it's when they're moving in the shadows, not kind of a big deal. But every now and then they lean over in front of a table and it's just a bright spotlight on their face right in front of you. And it's
oh no. Yeah.
And and then we had our camera guys did a good job. We had this real last minute setup for reasons beyond our control.
Yes. Yeah.
And we won't go into detail, but so because of that, we missed a lot of our pre-checks. And so I knew, I was like, shit, well, there's going to be a couple sacrifices. We'll see where they are.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it's every now and then, they're trying to pan with them or something and it clips ahead a lot or something, and you're just okay, so I really want this angle and that angle's screwed. Okay. Never mind. Let's see what we can do.
Got to work with what you have. And there's, now that there's been a few people to do it, I think a great series would be like, what did we learn? You know,
Seriously, though.
and like,
I mean, just
yeah.
Well, you know, like you've done plenty of like podcasts and things like that. You know, even from this to just filming things, it's the little stuff you don't think about, like just fucking storage space. You know, just things like that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you have your vision in your mind all the time, right? And then you go, okay, cool, we'll execute it this way. And then the more you dig, you're like, wow, that'd be like a $35,000 budget.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Well, we can't do that. Like,
What can I do for like 5,000?
Which is crazy because you would think like 5,000 should go a pretty far way.
Yes.
It should, right?
Yeah.
And you still feel like you're you know, not cutting corners, but like you're making compromises.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But
deep in the red over here. You know?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
didn't make it back in ticket sales. You know,
the good news is you're doing well though. Like it's only a couple days and you're inching up towards 5,000 streams already.
Yes.
So that's awesome, dude.
That's crazy. You know,
isn't it?
Last time I was here, I think I talked about it. I talked about the string of pearls, which I talk about maybe on every podcast.
I'll have to go re-listen. Remind me.
It's the idea that all I can do is show up every day and put a string on the pearl, and the day you record your special is no different than the day you bomb at an open mic.
You called it something different then because you said you were talking to your therapist. It was like
ultimate eventing.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah. And so
I think about that a lot still when you said that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I know like your therapist gave it to you, but
I didn't come up with it. But
it is a good, you know, like you're heading to something that you're kind of nervous and you're like, well, if this makes or breaks my entire life, what are we talking about here?
Come on. Yeah. And so like putting it out and I'm wildly like detached from views. I was really worried I was going to be like checking it all the time and like, oh, how many, you know, I was worried like, what if like 4 people watch it? That would be
could happen, right?
Yeah.
Could happen.
That would actually sting pretty bad.
Well, we're past 4. We made it past 4 views. Good job, dude.
And and so I'm like, you know, success was making it and putting it out. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, how long have you been performing now?
I mean, so like since 2010, technically.
Right.
You know, yeah.
I mean, the reality is this was, excuse me, this was a long time coming anyway.
It was.
And the reason I'm so happy more people are releasing things is because you know better than I do. Like you've been a part of the scene longer than me. There's just so many good people. And you've probably seen some really good people already kind of drop off the scene.
Right,
you know, that they did it for their 10 or 15, 20 years, whatever, and they're just like, I think I'm going to hang it up.
Yeah,
and
so many.
I just think about the great bits I've heard, and I get fearful that those will never be recorded, and then they'll just be lost. And I'll be trying to think of it someday and be like, what was that thing you used to talk about, you know?
Yeah.
And so, everybody go to watch the special. I'm not going to give the jokes away here, but like your opener, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen you nail that opener. It's one of my favorite openers.
Thank you.
Because it's just such a jarring, you know, you come out high energy. I've seen you do this at multiple clubs. I think I got to see you do it at like a Cowabunga show.
Yeah.
And some smaller things. And I always wondered when I saw you coming on stage every time, I was like, I wonder if he's going to do the same. Like if he's going to hit it this time with this crowd. Like if it was going to change for the bar or the club. And, but it was always one of my favorite because it jars them for a second.
Yeah.
And then it's like, 1 or 2 second, what the fuck? And then laughter.
Yeah.
Right. And I always thought it was just such an interesting entrance to the stage, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you feel like you've retired it now that it's recorded?
I have. Yeah.
That's good.
Because I'm like, I did it one other time post because I was like, I got booked and I was like, well, I don't have a new 20, you know, I might have a new 2, you know, that I can put in there. And I did it and it didn't work. And I was like, it's because I've tainted it by, you know, caps.
I think you're just past it though, man.
I am. Yeah, I agree.
How old were you when you wrote that joke?
I mean, I must have been like probably 10 years ago.
Yeah,
you know,
closer to high school when it would have been mostly
made
relevant,
sense.
right?
Yeah.
And but I'm glad you recorded it because that's the thing I worry about. It's like some jokes are so funny, you know, and I think people forget that it has nothing to do with your funny ability, but like that joke just has an expiration date, right?
It does.
You know, and you can think of some of your peers in the scene where it's like that bit is incredible, but the clock's ticking.
Yeah.
You know, and
that was the big inspiration for recording it was I got married. And it's not mostly, but I mean, I'd probably say like 60% like kind of dating-ish material.
Yeah.
You know, Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of some of the bits
Yeah,
while you're saying that.
And I'm like, man, I really have to, in 2 years, I'm going to have been married for 2 years. And it's going to be like, why aren't you over this? Why? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard to do you can still hit those jokes, but I think it's just more of the maturity. It's like, especially, maybe you can speak to it, but I don't know. Like, I feel like my whole mindset, I didn't plan on it, but my whole mindset shifted once I did get married.
Right, yeah.
All of a sudden, like, the things I thought were problems and concerns really shifted to new things.
Yes.
And so, I don't know. That's probably why it's not going to hit in the future, is you're past it now.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with recording. It's just
I can't even
totally
fake
different
that
dude.
emotion, of like caring about that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to, record it and put it out. Yeah.
What was the max time you had up to this point that you felt really good with? That was like your great material that made it into the show?
I mean, I have more material.
Yeah.
But it's just like not, I don't know, like it always felt like it didn't fit anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I didn't like live with it long enough. And I started like working really hard to like make that 30 minutes really good. And so when I recorded it, I was like, I don't even know if I have any other jokes, other than what's in this act.
Yeah. I think that's good though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that I talked to a different person and we just couldn't see eye to eye on kind of like moving forward with something, because I was like, I don't need you to necessarily have a theme, like a real, I like that, but I don't need you to have that. But just, is there any tiny little common thread that links them? Anything,
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, not really. I just kind of do it this way, that way. And I was like, I'm probably just not a good fit for it. Like,
Right.
you need to find something, because I'm going to struggle with that. And it has nothing to do with your material.
Right. Yeah.
So I could see, yours is very much that. It seems like a nice little package of that version of you.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like you send it off on a nice farewell.
Exactly. Yeah. I can grow from this now, which I've already been writing a lot of new stuff about being married, about in-laws and all that, fun stuff.
Yeah.
And
How's your writing changed now? Because when you first started writing all that stuff, you were a much newer comic.
Yeah.
Now you're a very seasoned comic, starting almost from nothing again, right?
Right.
So is it the same process? Like, how do you do it now versus how did you used to do it?
Yeah. When I first did it, like when I first was like, okay, time to write new stuff, I just like got out a bunch of old notebooks and was like, what has been in here? Like what ideas were I not, or like was I not, mature enough or skilled enough to tackle that I had before, and so that's like where most of the new stuff has come. That plus new experiences, and so I write every day. I do morning pages.
You're doing like pen on paper?
I do. Yeah.
Is that how you started doing it originally?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
so you
yeah,
still
yeah.
like the same process?
For sure. Yeah. I'm terribly unorganized.
No.
Yeah. Can you believe it? With that hair? I'm so bad at most organized. Like, I try really hard to be organized, and I'm not. And I, copy the same file 5 times and rename it dumb stuff that doesn't make sense. Like Project 87, what is this? I have to open it to know.
Oh, so you don't even remember your own system?
Yeah, nah. Yeah.
That'd be great if you were like, no, it's an 83. I know it's an 83.
I know this one's an 83. It has to be, except what's 83? We don't know.
Yeah. Dude, but just storing things in general is so weird. Because, it's like back in the day before computers, it would just be people's weird random notebooks.
Yeah.
And now it's weird random files. Now it's weird random hard drives. And it's like,
yes.
What are the odds I'm really going to look at this ever again?
Low.
How much do I really need to keep? Even with this podcast, I was like, how many files, do I keep individual camera and audio files for every episode just in case something? And it took me a minute, but I had to go, no, I'm just going to keep the single episode file.
Yeah.
Everything else is gone.
The finished product.
And if it's gone, it's gone. And we'll just see what happens.
And so be it. Yeah. I think that's smart. I long for a physical version of the special,
Really?
or of anything I've ever made. I want
just like a DVD. What
do
you mean?
Just some, maybe even just a totem, some sort of thing I can hold.
A totem?
Yeah, like a...
No, I don't know what that is.
Like a block of wood that I'd write Parker's special on.
Yes. I thought you were about to be like, No, old man, it's this new digital thing you watch things on called a totem.
You don't know about the totem wheel?
Yeah, okay. No, I know what you're talking about. All right. Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, I did an interview on here recently with a comic that was 19 years old. So
right.
I was just like, the gap between us is so vast.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, I get that longing for a physical thing.
Yeah.
And that would be more fun. That is going to be some of the things that suck in the future. Like when you're really old and you want to show like a grandkid your first comedy special.
Yeah.
There's something cool about like if you were able to pull like a DVD out or a VHS and like pop it in.
Yeah.
And instead it's like, well, let me find it clicking around. Like it's just not as,
man.
not as interesting. But
yeah,
that's cool, man. The whole process of editing.
Yes.
Did you get heavily involved with them or did you let them do it? How did you?
I did.
Control.
I was pretty, I was worried I was bothering them, but, cause he was really excited to do it and he like immediately did it. And which was awesome. Cause now it's like, oh, we have a place to start. This is great. And so we did like, I had rules for myself. Like we're doing 3 passes at most. And then that whatever we land on is what we'll land on, you know? And so we did the first one and sent it out to some like friends that aren't super into comedy.
Good idea.
Yeah. And then was like, hey, what distracts you, don't just tell me it's good and please, and don't comment on the material. It's too late.
Yeah. This is what we're doing.
So I'm really looking for some technical, like, are there any cuts that you're like, what the heck? And so, we were using a little too much of the Zoom and stuff. And people were like, I don't know about, someone's like, is there like a part of this that's supposed to make me feel like I'm on acid? And I was like, no. So we'll cut back on that. And
those had to be some really close friends to value their judgment that much.
For sure.
You know, to not go, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah. And ultimately there were too many cuts. It was like cut for maybe more close to social media early on. And then we like tailored it back to like, okay, try to hold center for the setups. And then we're allowed to switch for a punchline or if there's a physical movement,
So what were you just cutting like every time you turned your head or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Because I'm still learning too. I've only done the one and I'm planning on doing more. And, it is interesting because sometimes you think if you're hanging on to that one angle for so long that like, is this boring? Does something need to happen? And I think, like when I was editing, I think I had to remind myself like, no one's going to watch this and thinking like, what a great edit. Like
ideally
they're locked in on the joke. So if it's a good run and you're holding that frame still, that's probably okay.
Yes.
And I had to tell myself things like, when I'm watching a comedy show, there are 0 cuts.
Right.
I'm watching you from my same seat for this whole time, and people are okay with that when it's funny.
Yeah.
So if I hold a frame, like if you turn and your head is away from the camera for 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
That's real life. That's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But it was really hard to, even when I was thinking that to myself, I was like, okay, but this isn't a live show. This is a thing. Cut to the face. And I would do these extra cuts, extra edits, and I'd go, God, it's too much. Pull back. And it was really hard finding that recipe. And I had to go watch other people's specials.
For sure.
How much is a professional really clipping back and forth?
Right, But, and it's kind of not that much.
Not as much as you think.
Yeah, not as much as you think,
But then the self-doubt comes in. I'm like, well, but is that better just because they have a $60,000 budget on the, is it the camera's so good that the cut doesn't matter? Am I going to have to compensate? But it was weird.
Yeah.
So did you stick to your 3 passes?
Yes. Yeah. We did like maybe 3.5.
Congratulations.
Man. Because I had a tragedy occur.
Oh no.
Where that when you the way you said, oh no, I feel like I should walk it back a little. I had a minor inconvenience.
What the hell, Parker?
You said a tragedy. Oh no! I was like,
Jesus,
no.
My close relative.
My laptop got wet, and
okay.
Yeah.
I take back my I'm so sorry. So you mean you were just drinking something and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I had my laptop in my backpack, my like little book bag, and then I had grabbed one of those like bottles of water that are like made of metal, and the threads weren't lined up, and I just tossed it in the bag, and then it filled with water.
I mean, still horrible.
Yeah, the backpack held the water well. You know, a good backpack.
Okay,
I guess. Right. Yeah. Great backpack.
Did it just fry everything?
Yeah. I had to like, and I was not like a super. I would back up raw files. I wouldn't back up projects. And so I sent it in to get like microscopic soldering done.
You had like Geek Squad handle it or something?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Jeez.
And they fixed it though.
They salvaged it.
And
did you just bring in the backpack of water? And was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I didn't want to take it out of the water. I thought it might make it worse.
Did they were you just panicking at that point?
Yeah, I knew that.
Like, I'm imagining you pull your laptop out and water's just dripping and you're just going, fuck.
Yeah, and I was like out and about when it happened.
So it's soaked.
Yeah. And so I was able to send it in, but it was like 5 weeks. Of like,
oh my God, wondering if they can fix it for 5 weeks.
Yes, yeah,
not even a guarantee.
Not a guarantee. Yeah.
My God.
And I have like Apple Care on it, so like I could send it in for like a deductible, but then it's wiped. I never get any of that.
Yeah, you don't care
back.
about the computer.
No, I care about the stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was like, but they not only did they get all the stuff, they fixed it. They fixed the computer, and I was like, well, good. I, paid a lot of money to make y'all do that.
You need to send them like an edible fruit arrangement or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
You know what would actually be cool is you should hit them up and give them free tickets to another show or something.
Yeah,
and just be like, dude, you saved me.
Yes, thank you.
That'd be a fun story.
Yeah.
Wow, 5 weeks.
Yeah, so it was just like, and so I was doing a lot of the audio mixing, and so I couldn't do any of that. And I tried to do it on like my wife's computer, and she's like, it's like her personal /work computer, and I'm like downloading a bunch of plugins and like filling up the storage and shit. And I was like, I don't think this is ever gonna work.
No, when I first started this, I was just gonna mix the audio on my wife's she had the thin one, the Air, which has like no storage, no nothing, and it's like I did like 2 or 3 episodes, and it's like full. You're full. And I was like, fuck, okay, all right, we're going to need a new plan here.
Yeah.
It's just those little things you don't even think about, man, until you're into it. But wow.
And luckily, all the like video editing was on Nico is his name, his computer. And so
that's great.
Because he was like, we got to edit in DaVinci. And I was like, sure, whatever you say.
Yeah.
And because I needed him to color it, he did all the coloring, and I was like, okay, cool. Yeah.
Wow. Dude, how happy, when you picked that thing up, were you just hugging and kissing everyone?
Yes. Yeah. I forgot how much I loved having a laptop,
because even for all the other minor things. Too.
Like I got really good at the phone, doing stuff. Like I think I like filed for like global entry on my phone, and it's not easy. It's not made for the phone,
Dude.
Yeah.
Wow, just all the little struggles people forget when you're trying to just make something happen.
Yeah.
You just want to release a video. That's
right.
it. You just want to help your career.
And I had left my day job, and it happened like the next day. And I was like, all right.
Take it as a sign?
I did. I took it as a positive sign. I was like, when you're playing a video game, how you're going the right way is that there are enemies to fight. And so like if you're walking in a video game and there's no bad guys coming, you're like, uh-oh.
I'm really skeptical of therapy, but I think it worked really well for you. I never would have put together something like that, where it's like,
ultimately
when things are going good, something's going to be horrible.
Yeah,
and that's just life.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not headed in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a great attitude though.
Yeah,
great attitude.
Yeah,
mine attitude is sort of that way. I just go, I really want this to go well, so let's just assume like two things are going to sabotage it.
Right. Yeah.
And then if that doesn't happen, I'll go, okay, we got lucky.
Yeah, pretty much as long as it's not me. I'm pretty happy about it as long as I'm not the cause of the sabotage.
So because of all this personal growth, the day of, you're about to hit the stage and cameras are rolling, were you able to be more calm?
No.
Still nervous?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous. And there was a lot of like last minute changes, because...
like what?
Like for the audience mics, which you gave me the suggestion for, which I greatly appreciate. Did it work
well for you? Did you
They're
like it?
Perfect.
Okay.
And I bought them, and I'm like, these are awesome. I don't know what else I'm going to use them for, but I'm gonna keep using them.
They're great, dude.
The SEs, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, and if you watch closely, you will see them.
I saw them over on the sides.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if you did the sound or if somebody else did. Because I was very curious. I was like, well, I wonder if they did that just because they happened to do that before. Because I don't know if you looked up like miking techniques for comedy shows.
No,
not a lot of info out there.
No, yeah.
And I know how to mic things for other things. I know how microphones work, but there's just all these questions that I have unanswered. And there's not a good forum or anything out there where it's like, oh, I was the lead person on this famous project, here's how we did it, so I don't know. I knew it worked for me several times on different things, but every room's a little different. Every show's a little different. I don't know.
Yes.
So it worked out okay.
It worked out great. Awesome. Where they worked out pretty well. They were the polarity was switched, so like I had to go do that in post and make it to where like if someone clapped over here, it sounded like they were over here.
Yeah.
And luckily, DCC, the Dallas Comedy Club venue, they have like in the floor there multiple XLR cable plugs, which at first I just brought my like Rode Procaster. I was like, we're just gonna plug those into here, and someone's gonna sit back here with headphones on. Which I did have a guy Sam who I met doing some random like dinner theater gig, and I was like, hey, you seem good at audio. And he was like, yeah, and so he was there a day of, and I was like, you're gonna do this, and he was like, no way, dude. We're gonna plug it into it's all gonna go into the same thing. And they have Ableton on the computer.
Oh, great.
And so we got the stems, of the raw board audio. It was great.
So you're able to just pull the mic right from their board that you were talking into?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
And then also the audience ones.
Wow,
so,
that worked out great.
Yeah.
Well, man, because that was how long after their renovation did you record that? Because that was still a fairly new room, right?
Yes, I'm trying to remember. It maybe it had been a year.
Okay,
I think maybe they started in 2023 and had renovated in 2024.
Okay.
And
I mean, I've just been so happy to see one of the bigger clubs reinvesting like that.
Yeah.
And
so
just
cool.
Adjusting and trying to make changes for the better.
Yes.
And it's so difficult and expensive, and there's downtime that you can't do shows.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy to see it turned out so well.
And I wanted to do it in the little room. Because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think I could
move those tickets.
Yeah. And I was like, and they convinced me, and it was like a time constraint thing. Like it was like I could do the little room at 5 p.m. I was like, that sounds terrible. Who wants to laugh at 5 p.m.?
No, and honestly, that little room, it's probably best for like small improv troops.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just the background and the way they have the doors coming in and out for people to hop in and on and off stage.
Yes.
And then one thing you would have not noticed until it was too late in that room is their air conditioner kicks on.
Yeah,
so it just
and you
can
like hear it. Yeah, and it like
half your recording
squeezes the room.
Yeah. So and it's like you wouldn't have known that because in person it's not too bad.
Right.
But those microphones, they just pick up everything.
They do. Yeah.
And so it would have picked up that hum really bad. So yeah, they steered you in the right direction.
Yeah.
They probably knew those faults anyway, and they were just like, it's the time. That's the problem. They were probably helping you out and just being nice.
Right. But it worked out great. I was able to like fill it up almost all the way.
Yeah. How many does it hold now that it's
I think it's 155.
Wow, okay.
160, yeah.
The way it's that stadium seating, it just looks bigger than that.
Yeah. That like I think just that middle part or that front is like 60.
Wow.
And then the rest, maybe it's 80 to 60 to 80.
I believe it.
Just that pit.
I can't believe that it looks so much bigger now than when it was run, the stage was run long ways.
Yes.
You were there plenty of times before,
For
right?
sure.
Yeah, it's like it's hard looking at that sometimes, believing that that's the same room.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. Did you just tell them you wanted to record something, and they were like, "Great."
Yep. Yeah. We talked about it. I had mentioned it a few times, and then therapist David was like, "When are you going to do that? You ever actually going to do that?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I am." And so I in January booked the date, and once the date was booked, it's like, okay, now I just got to sell enough tickets, and then after that, it's like, well, now I just got to perform well, and then after that, it's like, and now I just got to edit it, and this is almost like, it's kind of nice to just have uploaded it and promote it some and then move on.
Yeah, but what do you think is now you just have to what?
Oh yeah, now so I have a thing. I'm working on a web series that I've actually written all of already. I just have to make it better. It's not good yet. It's a good concept and it's got good characters. It's a character piece and it's just not. We gotta do 3 passes. Is it
going to be just you, or is there going to be multiple people working with you?
Multiple people for sure. My brother, I love him. He's going to help finish writing it. And then there's a few people that have expressed interest in helping finish, like punch up and, make it a little better. And then it's like, it's just a friend group figuring it out sitcom as told through a advice column segment on a dying radio station. So yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I like it.
Every week people call in, but then you slowly realize like, oh, these same 5 people call in every week.
Oh my gosh!
And they're like, and it's called Validation Hotline, and they're seeking validation for their terrible choices from the week prior.
Man.
Yeah. And so,
did you grow up listening to a lot of radio, like in the car and stuff?
My dad owns small market radio stations.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Still,
yes.
Wow.
Yeah. He also,
the conversations I would love to have with him just about that industry in general.
Oh man.
And their beliefs on like where it's going, how long, or it's never going away. Like
I think they believe in the small market. Because
what do they consider a small market?
Some of the towns are like 6,000.
Okay.
10,000. And it's all like, I think Stephenville is a town that he had one in or has one in. Our hometown, Eastland, and he has a different job title now. He works for the city now, but he still runs these.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's pretty crazy that that's been his dream, was to be in radio. But there's like enough small town businesses that want to advertise, and there's enough like everyone, not everyone's going to go to the away football games, but they want to know how their son or cousin or whatever is doing.
No, it's a really interesting point. That was a dream of mine, was to be on radio.
What? Well,
and
I mean,
it didn't. It didn't happen only because of in high school, I didn't really have any direction. I didn't really understand the process of like going to school for anything.
Right.
I didn't really know how to look up how to get like a broadcasting career or something.
Right.
I didn't really have good direction. I do remember I had one high school instructor. I cannot remember her name. I'd have to look it up. She was just a sweet woman, and she really cared. But I went to school in a very small town.
Yeah.
And she ran like the AV club. So we would do like the morning announcements, those kinds of things, right? And we were videoing everything. We'd do edits for like football games and all that kind of stuff. I loved doing that. And she got super excited and did this really sweet thing. She took us to, I think it was OU, and she introduced us to like an instructor up there that ran like a film thing, and we brought like our little VHS tapes to show like our work.
Yeah.
And she thought it was going to be this like, this will be a way for me to get my students in, showing them, and then they'll kind of take over and help out. And so she did this super cool thing, and that particular instructor totally just like blew us all off.
What?
It was so deflating.
That's so sad.
So deflating. Like you could. That was one of the first times in my life I'd seen like an adult, like authority figure, like get all the wind knocked out of them.
Yeah.
Where they thought it was going to be this like life-changing trip,
Right.
It may not have been OU, but it was somewhere school in Oklahoma.
Cool. Yeah.
And it was real weird. And then there was another school that I don't even know the name anymore, some kind of small town, whatever, and I guess they were just wanting enrollment at all costs because
right, yeah.
they met us at like a hotel conference room or something down here, just me and my mom.
Yeah, whoa.
And they were like, we'll get you into this program, we'll do this stuff. But it was very like used car salesman.
Yeah.
And, he had all these like, look, I don't make money off enrolling people, okay? I don't get paid anymore. And it just felt real like, it was going to be all these thousands of dollars, and we didn't even know the right questions to ask.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know what a career would look like.
Is this accredited?
I don't know. Yeah. And so that didn't go through. And then, but, I grew up around here, so it was like, Kid Craddock in the morning, right? Of course.
Yep, yeah.
And then the other station was, I think, Jagger or somebody else. And it was always a fun morning show. The 92.5 guys like Bo and Jim.
Yes.
And I loved that like morning radio stuff.
Yeah.
And then I loved the late night DJs.
Yeah.
Who were like real DJs where they'd like play a couple songs and then they'd tell you like a 2.5 minute story that you've never heard of. Like, yeah, this is when the drummer did cocaine and they had to get rid of the tour bus, and that's why the tour was delayed for a month. And you're like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's play that track,
Yes. That's
I love that kind of radio.
That's how every episode ends, is throwing to music and a crazy story about them,
I would love to talk to your dad to see if he thinks getting people who love music and love radio back into radio stations would like revive radio.
Right. Yeah. Like the podcast of radio. But I know like
just get people who like, what do you like? No one has to tell the station director what they're playing today. Yeah. Like, I'm playing this. It doesn't break the rules of the regulations.
Right. There's so many regulations.
But here's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And just, I wonder if you just gave them free reign, because that's what the internet was, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's why podcasts are successful. It's like, I would love to turn on the radio station and just hear some wild stuff.
Yes.
But it's just, a lot of it's so curated now. When was the last time you think you listened to radio?
It's been a minute.
Yeah. But
yeah, my wife listens to the radio in her car all the time.
Like music?
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just getting old, but it feels like there's so many more commercials than there used to be.
There have to be. Yeah. Because you're like, there's like 2 songs and then like 45 minutes of commercials. And you're like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't think anybody's going to get on there and play like the entirety of Freebird.
Right. Anymore. Yeah. There's an intermission.
That's exciting.
Hey.
So you never wanted to follow in those footsteps? He never pushed you that way?
I'm a city guy. I'm a city boy. I like the convenience of
So does he have to be in the small markets?
I think, he has to be around. He's boots on the ground. He's selling.
He is old school worker. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Lead by example kind of guy, and I guarantee you he'd love to talk to you. So if
we might work that out.
Yeah.
We might work that out, because radio's always fascinated me.
Yeah.
Just it's not that old.
No.
For it to come and then kind of be on its back heels right now.
Yeah.
And then just the little, like, I love the aspects of, like, if you wanted to, you could build a radio tower. Like, it's illegal, but you could build a radio tower, a small one, and you could just broadcast in your neighborhood.
Isn't that a thing that people used to do, like pirate radio? Yeah. They would do that.
And then, of course, there's like college radio, high school.
Yes.
And I don't know. I think there's something fun about, if beer places can compete with like Anheuser-Busch, right? If like a small brewery can get a following.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've performed at Peticolas by now, right?
Yes, yeah.
They have like their diehard fans or their diehard drinkers that love that brand, and they're doing just fine. And I feel like radio could be that way, where it's like, oh, dude, if you go through Dallas, you got to check out this one station.
Yeah. They're doing something that no one else is doing.
I thought, because I'd hoped, do you know KXT here? It's like 91.7, I think. Anyway, they are like the KERA PBS affiliate or whatever. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
And they're like the closest thing, they'll have some interesting stuff. They'll play interesting music, and then they'll have like a local music night on Thursdays or something.
Whoa, that's cool.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
But you just wonder, like, could we like push it though?
Yeah.
Can we like really?
Yeah. What are the regulations, and like what are you allowed? Let's at least try to make them consider the regulations. Yeah. Man, that's crazy. I didn't know you had like a passion for.
I did, man, because
such an interest. Yeah.
What it was for me is I didn't realize how much it was a part of my life until it was kind of. As a matter of fact, like even radio just being kind of linked to comedy. I remember watching, I believe it was Paul Varghese, Aaron Arianpour, somebody else at the House of Blues in Dallas.
Yes.
And one of them was on stage, and they're great. They're doing their thing. People are laughing. It's just killing. And all of a sudden, the crowd's kind of quiet, and there's the jokes, like nobody's really paying attention anymore, and there's like murmurs going through the crowd.
Yeah.
And then it gets to me, and it's like, oh my God, Kid Craddock died.
Oh.
And so it's like I still remember where
yeah.
I was when Kid Craddock died.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know I was this attached to radio.
Yeah.
Until like the loss of this local personality. I was like, I think this really hit me.
Yeah.
I didn't know that this was going to ever hit me like that.
You spend your mornings with him,
But him and
yeah.
Kelly Raspberry and Big Al Mack, they were, I remember from, elementary and middle school, hearing that stuff on the drive to school, because that's what my mom would put on.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if we rode with my dad, it's 92.5,
Yeah.
And so it was just such a big part of life, And we grew up in a small town, so any commute was, 30, 45 minutes.
What town did you grow up in?
Where are you from originally?
Eastland, Texas.
Do you know where like Farmersville, Nevada, Princeton
sounds familiar. Yeah,
Wiley.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So if you're going down Highway 78 from you probably don't know where that is. Sorry, but if you go north of like Wiley and Rockwall, there's an area called Lake Lavon, and then there's some small farm towns out there, and that's where we grew up.
Okay.
A little town called Copeville that's like unincorporated land.
Yeah.
But everything's changed out there now. All these farmers sold off, and big housing developments came through.
Of course.
So it's not even the same,
Yeah.
No, it was like a massive thing when the town over got a Walmart.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God, we only drive 20 minutes now?
Yes.
This is incredible.
When our Walmart went from closing at 9 p.m. to 24 hours.
Holy
It
cow.
was, some people protested. They're like, no. No one needs to be up
Who's
after
going
9.
in there at this time?
Yeah.
People up to no good.
Yeah, that's who's going in at 3 in the morning.
So Eastland, smaller town feel then?
Yeah, 4,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many people did you graduate high school with?
I want to say like 85.
Hey, that was me.
Yeah.
I was in the 80s, and we were the largest class at the time.
Well, yeah, we were one of the records. Yeah,
I rarely meet anyone with that small of a class.
Yeah.
Unless it was just, it seems like it goes from we had 10 people in our whole school
to
what we were in.
Yeah. And that includes faculty.
So you said you like the city now, right?
Yeah.
I'm the exact same way.
Yeah,
People are like,
man.
don't you just want to go to like a small town? I was like, man, I don't know. I love Dallas.
No thanks. Yeah.
Maybe when I'm old, but
yeah. Well, what's crazy is like a big part of wanting to leave, or like not wanting to, leave Eastland, but just like wanting to like experience a city was a bit of like anonymity, like in the city.
Yeah.
You can like go places and not everyone there knows you. I might have told this story the last time I was here, but
I don't know.
I got pulled over once in Eastland in high school, and before the police officer got out and like walked to my car, I had a missed call from my dad. And I was like, no. And then my mom, and I was like, no. And then my stepdad, and I was like, and my stepmom, and I was like, so clearly someone has alerted.
The cops in there texting your family.
Yeah, they're like, we got him. Hope he's not,
How do you want me to play this? You want me to scare him? What do you want me to do?
Yeah. He wasn't wearing his seatbelt. It's
Wow. That's pretty small town stuff.
Yeah, and so I was really happy to move to Dallas and be like, oh, no one will ever know me. Mm-hmm. But I married a girl from Dallas, and everyone knows her.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll go to like the North Park Mall, and she'll be like, "That's my piano teacher. We got to go say hi." And
wow.
Yeah,
I just wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, I was.
When I hear other people talk about like, I had a graduating class of 1,000, I'm like, what? Like,
yeah.
Huh?
So nobody up from there?
Nobody.
Yeah. But no, she like went to jury duty and ran into people from her high school. And I was like, this is crazy.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah.
It happens more to me now. Just, I have lived here longer now, so I do bump into some people, but not to that degree.
Yeah.
Not to that degree. I just would never have thought that.
Yeah.
Was she just like a really involved person? Like she did a lot of sports, a lot of things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was she good at that stuff too? That helps if you're good.
Yeah, she was like state champion.
Oh, well, that's why they know her.
Yeah, she was like cross country captain.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, I need to get running tips from her.
Right,
now,
yeah.
Is she still running?
No, not as much. Yeah.
Dang.
We're both like, we got to get back into the gym.
Well, y'all just went through the whirlwind of just planning a wedding and all that stuff, though. It's wild. It takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
And when you're done with it, you're just like, what now?
Let's, let's order in again and relax.
Did y'all feel any kind of shift after you got married? You know, when it was done, all the months of planning up to it, and then we're finished.
Right. Well, we didn't live together before. You know, we moved in post marriage, and we moved into like my little apartment in Addison, and we lived there for like maybe 6 months, and then moved to this duplex in like the Oaklawn area. Yeah.
Dang. How long have y'all been married now?
Oh man, since
since
November. Since the end of November.
So you're coming up on a year.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, how's that first year been adjusting to living with? Did you ever have roommates before?
Yes, for sure.
Did she ever have roommates?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We both, either college roommates or and we. She had roommates when we first started dating, and yeah. I
mean, how about that first couple weeks though?
It's different, yeah. And what's also weird is she like moved into where I already lived. So I was like, I gotta like make room, I'm using 100% of the chest of drawers, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we moved in before we got married. And I think about that a lot, about if which version is more fun.
Right.
Getting to know the person before you get married.
Yes.
Or learning that, because there's just little details about both of you that neither of you realized you were doing.
Yeah. She was like, she just said, I think Parker just like lives where he is.
What does that mean?
That means if I have a snack somewhere, or like if I take my shoes off at the couch, that's where they are. And then when I need them, I'll go back to the couch.
But that's just simple man logic.
Yes,
that makes sense to me. I sat down. I didn't want them on. I know where they are.
Yeah, I'll get them later. I put them under the coffee table. It's not like they were strewn about.
You're not going to trip on them.
Yeah,
they're side by side.
Yeah,
man.
To me, that's the clean way to do it. But yeah.
I realized I've always been the bad roommate.
Oh no,
I'm a bad roommate. And I'm a bad roommate as a husband too.
Oh no. Go on. Explain. Tell me, give me your cautionary tales.
I don't like living by myself.
Yeah.
I lived by myself once, and I've had lots of roommates, and I was reasonable with most of them, but I'm trying to think of some of the things, like I love chips and salsa, for instance. If there's chips and salsa,
too.
If there's chips and salsa in the home, I'm gonna eat it, and the whole jar's going.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gone.
I eat it till it's gone. Yeah.
And so, at first the roommate's like, oh, don't forget to get more. And so I'd go get more. And,
right.
And then I fill up. And then one day he did snap. I mean, I think I bought like so many jars, and it's like they went faster than I thought.
Yeah.
And then one day he's like, it's just like, it's fine that you're replacing it, but then you eat the replacement.
Yeah,
you could tell he was like really craving chips and salsa that day.
Right.
And he just had a hard day at work, and he whips it open. He's like, fuck. Again?
Come on. Yeah.
And then in hindsight, like I thought I was being a good roommate. Like if I went out and like if we met some friends drinking or something, I'm the friendly person where it's like, let's go back and after party over at my place.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, this is the life he also wants to live.
He's dying to be surrounded by people who like me.
Like he wants to have fun. And he did not. He did not want to do that.
He wanted to like chill.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I need a moment to like decompress.
Yeah. So if I'd gone back, it's like there would have been more boundaries. I would not have done that type of stuff. Now, if that happened to me, I'd be like, what the hell is this person's problem?
Yeah. Hey.
I don't know. I was more carefree. Which would have been at the expense of my roommate several times.
Yeah.
And I would think little things that didn't matter. Like he had a dog, and I'd be like, well, I walk the dog.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, yeah, it's just when I got to get up for work in the morning, it doesn't matter that you walk the dog. And it's like, yeah, I know. No, I understand.
Yeah, I guess.
But I was probably a bad roommate.
Well, that's fine. I've been a bad roommate too.
I always paid on time.
Hey, yeah.
That was the most important part.
Yes.
But with my wife, I mean, I think it's just living with a woman in general. It's like, there's ways that they just feel like setting things up that make sense to them, that make them feel comfortable. And my version just doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And I just have to like learn to do that, do that version because it's like, because I don't have a preference. And that doesn't mean she shouldn't have a preference. It means if I'm the one with no preference, I think the preference sometimes wins, you know.
We're in high stress mode right now because,
Yes.
she's pregnant, baby's coming.
Yeah.
And so there's just normal pregnancy stress, but our home is a smaller home. And so we had a kitchen that was open to a dining room.
Yes.
And it originally wasn't like that. We knocked down that wall. Like originally it was like a study or something. I don't know.
Right.
So when we bought the home, we did all this renovation. We knocked it down, made an open concept that everybody wants.
Yeah.
And we now needed an additional bedroom, so we put that wall back up.
What?
And that made us have to redo part of the kitchen, all this. And we don't have the biggest budget, so I'm doing a lot of this work.
Right, yeah.
And I don't know how to do a lot of this work.
Right,
so
yeah.
there's a lot of researching going on, a lot of YouTube,
yeah.
a lot of like, it has to be done right because there's going to be a little life living in here, and the wall cannot collapse.
Yeah.
And, she understands that we have a budget, so we're going to have to do it this way. But at the same time, she's like, hey, can we get this done?
Yeah,
like, baby's coming. And and there's just always little things like the people we hired to actually do some work messed up some work, so there's delays.
Right.
They're going to fix it, but there's delays.
Yes.
And the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
And so she's stressed out to the max. So if I leave just some shoes in a walkway, it's going to be a big problem right now.
Right, yeah. So you're like... Yeah,
I'm on thin ice right now.
Thinking ahead, yeah.
I wish I was still thinking ahead. That's the problem. Is I'm still too stupid. I'm still messing up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
But that's exciting, man. The first part of the marriage is just so exciting and fun.
It is, yeah. And like every once in a while, we're just like, we're building a life together. Look at us,
right?
Look, we're doing it.
Or how about just like now when the two of you go out and you look at people like dating, you're like, past that.
That happened to me recently.
Yeah.
And I was out alone. I was like with some buddies, and I just watched everyone in this bar vying for the like weird attention, and then there were some like big wigs at the bar that like clearly were like high roller status guys, and like the girls like trying to get their attention, and then like I was just like, I'm really happy to be out over this.
Dude, it looks wild on this side, doesn't it?
It does.
And it looks stressful.
Yeah. And it looks... I mean, there are people who went home that night ruined because they went home alone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never have to do that. I have the, my love of my life that I get to... Even if, this was like on a comedy trip, so she wasn't there, but I got to, call her.
Right. Yeah, there's someone.
Yeah.
Which I know someone who's single right now is like, fuck y'all. But it's like, I'm not saying it like it's never going to happen for you.
But I am bragging. Dude, I am though.
Yeah. I got lucky. We were together and, our relationship, we made it right under the wire for like app dating. That was never a part of my life.
Yeah.
And me just watching like coworkers and other people just navigate that and just seeing how dating has become so, it's always superficial, but there's a new superficial layer to it.
Yeah. You're like a brand now. You're like, I gotta put up my best qualities.
Yeah.
I have to have 3 group photos so they know that I'm socially, I have a good social currency. And
what I think about though is like you and your wife know this now, right? And that's probably why y'all got married. But it's like neither of you are. I want to watch how I phrase this. The reality is everyone has flaws.
Right.
Neither of you are perfection.
Right.
You both love each other. And so you're going to grow together, and flaws will be mended along the path of this relationship, right? Whatever's serious, and then other flaws will just be accepted because you love this person,
Right.
And what is crazy to me about the app dating is it seems like people set these standards on both sides.
Yeah.
And it's like you do realize that none of y'all are a 10 right now.
Yeah.
That you're picking someone who you can grow and change with.
Yes.
And the thought of young, immature minds, just being so shallow. It's like, how many good people did you miss on because of whatever thing you judge too harshly.
Yes.
When you meet someone who's like, I would never with someone who does this. It's like,
right. Yeah.
Really?
Never.
That's it? That's like, they could be perfect in every other way, but that one detail is going to do it for you. Dang.
Yes, webbed feet. I can't do it.
Yeah. And then at the same time, you hear people going like, "Oh, there's a loneliness epidemic." It's like, well, yeah, you guys are really hard on each other.
Yeah. Like, maybe, yeah. What that someone told me, like, it's going to be humbling. Marriage is humbling, and it is. Because. You're like, well, I'm perfect, and you're making all these mistakes, and then you gotta realize, like, wait a minute, no, I'm not, and I make plenty of mistakes, and I would appreciate grace whenever I make mistakes. So, I mean, I better start doling it out.
Things you don't even think about. It's like, well, I can't really make this ridiculous financial purchase right now because someone else is also depending on our money together.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like, I don't have to get permission, but it's like you would be very wise to clear this decision.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
like, so you start just viewing everything differently.
Yes.
But I think it's better. I think it's really good.
We have rules about that kind of stuff. There's an amount we have that if you want to spend more than that, you got to check in. You got to be like, hey, this is the plan. And almost always we're like, it's also never like something ridiculous. I listened to the episode with you and Kane.
Yes.
And y'all started talking about cars, and I immediately got on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, look at this. It's a British Triumph.
Babe, I'm getting a car.
Yeah, it's only $6,000. It's a vintage Mercedes. It's a convertible.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, for both of us. It runs great. It says here. It won't end up rusting in our driveway.
Because you have these dreams. You're like, on Saturdays we'll go out to a brunch and we'll be very interesting people, and it'll be
everyone
fun.
will think we're cool in our vintage Land Cruiser. Yeah.
And then I do that, and my wife's like, yeah, but like, are they reliable? And I'm like, well, we're not going to drive it all the time.
We're like, fully no.
Yeah, it's not my
day.
It's not my daily driver.
Yeah.
And, so like the repairs though, and like, so that's going to be like another insurance payment, right? And I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
You're thinking about this from the wrong angle here.
Yeah, if we like do it all above board, I mean,
yeah. Like, we're just talking about driving a couple blocks down to the breakfast place.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Merit Coffee.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's funny too, talking to, like, speaking about of Kane, right?
Yeah.
It's like when I'm in a room here with him, all of that makes sense. I'm like, dude, hell yeah. It's only $3,000.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do it.
Yeah. Why don't I do it with you?
And that's the remnants of the single man in me left over. And I didn't notice this stuff till I was talking to people like Michael Pasvar, who's been married and has kids, And I remember watching Megan King perform, talking about a similar thing because she has children, and just how they basically have like less respect for people who haven't crossed those boundaries.
Right. Yeah.
But it's true. It's like getting married is this massive shift in your mind all of a sudden.
Yes.
It's different for everybody, but all of a sudden you do look at single people like, you got a lot to learn about the world.
Yeah. Man, yeah.
The second one was when I had a kid.
Yes, yeah.
But then I was thinking of Megan King, where she's like, "You people out here with just one kid,
right? Yeah. That's great.
You don't fucking know.
You don't know. Yeah.
And so we're about to have the second one. I was like, I guess we're crossing into that territory now.
Yeah,
but
that's exciting, though.
It is exciting, man. Ultimately, it's like, don't you want change in your life anyway?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you want that, forward movement. You want to do the scary thing, do the hard stuff.
Dude, you're speaking of marriage, your proposal bit. In the special.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. You know what I wanted to do the whole time I was watching it?
Yeah.
I was like, I want to call him and put him on speakerphone. And then with each bit, I want to pause it and tell him about my experience that was similar to that.
Yeah.
Because I saw one comment on your YouTube that just said something like relatable. Like it was like one or two words.
I saw a guy say that too.
But then I thought about it. I was like, God, it really is though. Like, because it's like my proposal wasn't, we're not going to talk about the jokes.
Right.
I want them to go watch it. But my proposal was not in such a confined area.
Right. Yeah.
And when you were talking about that, I was just thinking so much about like, I knew this woman was the love of my life. I knew if I asked her to marry me, she would say yes. I knew in my soul, like this, there's no way she's going to say no. But the moment you're like, don't tell everyone the setting because I want them to watch it. But
yeah.
Could you get on a knee in that confined space?
Yes.
Were you on a knee? Okay.
Yes.
So the moment you're on the knee, holding a ring.
Yeah.
For me anyway, it was like, this is the, like, time was frozen.
Right.
And it was like,
yeah.
This is the moment in the rom-com where she decides I'm the wrong person that she's been with this whole time.
Yeah, and goes to...
It clicks to her now
yeah.
that her friend from whatever is who she should be with.
Yeah.
And she's going to say no.
Yeah.
And this is it. And I look like a fool right now. Like,
yes.
And, of course, they say yes, but I had no idea I would have that much doubt in the 30 seconds that those words were coming out.
Yes. Yeah.
Similar experience?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
I did like a scavenger hunt that was pretty elaborate.
How long did it take?
It was hours.
No. You sent her on an multi-hour scavenger
It was us
hunt?
together. We had planned this weekend away.
Okay, good. I pictured you just being like, hey, here's a map. I'll see you later.
See you later. Yeah. We're going to go smoke cigarettes. Be single.
Oh my God. What was the scavenger hunt like?
So,
if it's not too personal, I don't want to give away y'all's love story here.
Happy to tell it. She's good at telling the story though, because she didn't plan it. She just experienced it. Yeah.
Sure.
So we planned this like staycation. It's like go to an Airbnb that's like not on a lake, but like by a lake. And it was funny because she was like, "Can we take my car?" And I was like, "Can't," because got a bunch of stuff in mind that we need. And then she's like, and the reason she asked is because she had...
Hold on. For people who don't know, what makes this extra funny for me is that I know you have this love of magic.
Yeah.
And so I'm just picturing you with like a magician's trunk loaded up in your car, sorry.
No. And so we but turns out she has like 3 suitcases packed for this weekend trip.
Because she doesn't know what's happening.
She's like, we're going to go and we're going to maybe be on the water. We're going to maybe watch a movie. We're going to, so there's like towels, there's pool toys, there's, there's too much stuff.
And you're watching this poor woman pack it all up going like,
put it in from her car to my car. and then we're like, driving down and we're like getting close to the exit for Dallas Comedy Club, which is where we met.
Okay.
Yes. Do you know? She was my level 1 improv teacher.
No.
Yes.
Okay. I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah.
DCC.
Yeah.
Y'all aren't the first couple coming out of there.
We're not. Yeah.
Well, Cheyenne and Katie, they
Yes.
met when it was DCH.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
same difference.
Same
Come
thing.
on.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. There's an essence there,
Yeah.
comedy meeting. Yeah.
Yeah. Deep Ellum.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Anyway, go on.
yeah.
Sorry. So y'all were down around DCC is what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And like driving down, and early on I had made a joke about being in like thousands and thousands of dollars of gambling debt for for Beyblades. Do you know what Beyblades are?
Beyblades.
Yeah, they're it's like spinning tops.
Oh my God! Like you pull the string.
Yeah, and they fight. And
how much debt did you tell her you were in for?
I was in $43,000 of debt
because you were participating in the fighting of it and you were losing money.
Yeah. I was in these underground rings, and there's a man named John Jimbles III, and he's after me.
You really had her convinced of this, or was?
So yeah, you'd think no.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
But I still don't know if she was just like yes-anding, but she said that there was a moment that she was like, I'll pay for the dates from now on. In her mind, she's thinking like, we can get him out of this debt.
Wow.
And I was like, well, that's why I got to marry you.
What a good woman.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. And like, you clearly love me beyond what would be a very strange fault.
Yeah, because if you put $43,000 of debt on your dating app, no
one's swiping right.
No one's going, we can rebuild this.
Yeah. And it's like
Wow.
gambling debt,
Yeah.
like there's a chance it comes back.
There's still a very serious underlying problem.
Yeah. We've all seen Uncut Gems, it's
Okay, so she's convinced you have a gambling debt,
and so
from a ridiculous
John Jimbles III.
sport. Do we call it a sport?
Sure, yeah, spectator sport. And so when she was like, I think we can do this together, I was like, this isn't real, and she was like, right, of course.
But there was a moment.
There was a brief moment, and the whole first 6 months we dated, our texts were all just like ridiculous. Improv scenes to the point that it was exhausting to be like, okay, I gotta come up with something clever. And she's very,
I really just want to say, how was your day, babe?
Yeah. Like, you're racing around, sport racer, and she's like, checkered flag on the way.
Oh my God, dude. That makes me think of this. It was like an episode long bit in the show How I Met Your Mother.
Yes,
where one of the characters, Robin, is dating this new guy, and it's that awkward part of the relationship where you don't want to seem like you're lame and you say no to things. So they're like down for everything. So they end up like having to agree to like go to strip clubs.
Oh, no.
Eating like strip club buffet food. And they're like, I just want to watch this show at home. And like, but they're always just like trying to level it up because they don't want to seem lame.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. How long were y'all texting like that?
You're
like, it's still happening.
Yeah, sometimes, now it's less because we're in real life more, which is great. But yeah, definitely like for the first several months, I'd say like 6 to like.
Wow. That's fun though.
Yeah.
That's fun. I mean, it's exhausting, but it's fun.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But
anyway, how did this tie into the scavenger hunt? I took you off track. I'm sorry.
So then I changed my brother's phone number to John Jimbles III, put a creepy picture of a guy. And so he calls and he's like, I've got, all the, you owe me this money. And I was like, I have winnings. I have these jewels that I've been collecting.
Are you just on speakerphone in front of her?
Yeah. And he's like, you better give me the money or else, this story was loose. There's holes. There's potholes for sure. And so she's like, "Are you serious?" Because it clicks. He's not too good at disguising his voice. And she told me when she was really little, she loved jewels, like costume jewels, and she just would like have them and like bags of them and be like, "This is good. I like this." And so,
again, another thing, if you put on a dating app, people would be like, I'm not going to go after that.
Yeah.
Got all these childhood jewels? What?
Yeah. What do you mean, jewels?
What is happening here?
Yeah. Like from the English Navy? Yeah.
No. They're just toy plastic ones.
No. They're plastic.
They're worth nothing.
Yeah, but they're good. They're good to have around just in case. Case of what? And so, I'm like, and then so there's like a riddle. I don't remember the riddles, but he leaves a riddle. We go to DCC. There's another riddle and a little kit where you can like excavate the jewel. So she's excavating the jewel while we're deciphering the next riddle. And then we go to like one of the first places I met her family. I made her. So one of our first dates was at the Magic Time Machine, and then we showed up and we're like, "No, I don't want to do a date here."
It's different than we remember.
It's dustier and scarier, and not whimsical and fun.
No.
So then we went.
Now you know that they're aspiring actors, not just fun waiters.
Yeah. And we're like. And so during that date, we went to Hudson House instead.
Yeah.
Great date. Great date, spot martinis. And And so, but I made her go into the Magic Time Machine and describe, was there a John Jimbles here? He's a scary looking man. And they're like, what? And I'm like, it's at Hudson House.
They're not in on it. Okay.
Yeah. And the people at Hudson House were. They were like, yeah, here you go. And then we went to the Londoner, this is all like kind of in the Addison area.
Yeah, no, I'm very familiar with all these spots. I used to live over there in Carrollton off like Marsh and Keller Springs.
Yes, yeah.
And so right now I'm like, I'd like to go to Hudson House in the Londoner with Parker. This sounds like a fun time.
Yeah. And there's like a moment where like all hope is lost. It's like, you've lost. That's what the riddle says, is like, you've lost, give up, and you drink your sorrows away here at the Londoner. And then I like have an epiphany. I'm like, wait, we got to go here. And then it's in, we go back to my apartment where, oh man, he's been here and it's half ransacked. And
oh my God, dude.
And then we end up where the joke take place.
Don't say the final setting.
Place. Yeah. But
Jesus, dude, what an awesome, surely like she loved this, right?
Yes, yeah. And then like she kept like slowly, she'd be like, I got to get something out of the trunk. And it's like her makeup bag. And so
she's ready for the picture at any moment.
She knew it was going to come, but she was still like crying. And, also like whenever their all hope was lost moment happened, she was like, this isn't it, right? Just to clarify, this isn't it.
There's another location.
Yeah. This can't be the end. Yeah.
Listen, I know you're an Adam Sandler fan.
Yes.
Was this inspired by Uncut Gems?
Oh, wow. No. No, it wasn't.
Because it sounds very
it's
close.
Like, manic and crazy. And
Dude, what a great... Where did the idea come from at all? Just come to you randomly?
Yeah,
or?
I think just kind of randomly, you know. And I was like, I want it to be special, and I want it to be a story that she can tell people, as crazy as it is, you know. And and it doesn't have to be like he came in, you know, on a, I don't know, like a parachute. And
that's actually how I came in. But
is that really?
Yeah, no.
No kidding.
She so she was the one who got me into skydiving.
What?
She wanted to do base jumping, which I felt like was
terrifying.
way more risky.
Yeah.
And so we did skydiving. And so I was like, meet me at the field. I didn't do any of this. I'm just joking.
Oh, what? No. You had me hook, line, and sinker.
No,
I was
I didn't do any of
I felt
this.
terrible for like.
I thought you'd say parachute, and that would be like, yeah,
that's
what I did.
That is romantic, actually.
I lost the ring mid-flight,
and
we found it in the field.
Together.
No, I mean that's a pretty wild story, man.
Yeah,
that seems perfect though for like comic and improv person.
Yes,
You know, it's just like, wow, you know, we're gonna have an adventure.
Yeah.
Wow, sounds like it'll blend really well because other people would be like, we're doing what?
This is weird.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's what I mean, though. It's like, I wonder how many people are missing out on a great relationship like that by not taking a chance on something that isn't necessarily hitting all their bullshit, whatever phony ass targets that they got from some social media influencer who's like, don't date anyone unless they hit these marks.
Right.
Like, get over yourself.
Dude,
like,
you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
I'm just, because you're, what, early 30s?
Yeah. I'm 31.
I just turned 40. And it's like, so I was at that cutoff where, you know, in those small towns, it's like we didn't have cell phones until I was like late teenager.
Yeah.
So it's like we were, you know, and then even when I had a cell phone, it just wasn't at the level that like smartphones and social media are now.
No, yeah.
So there was so much about like, if you're going on a date, you're really learning a lot about this person in this date.
Yeah.
There's nothing to look up about them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You don't have to like give everyone a like a brief on
but
you.
That fear was just exciting and fun of like, man, I hope they're great and not horrible. And a lot of times they're horrible, but
right, yeah.
I don't know. It just felt like a great way to live life with kind of that unknown, you know?
Yes,
very similar to the scavenger hunt you did. It's like she has no idea where you're really going. It's exciting.
Yeah.
And it's like you should take a chance on more people and just go on random dates.
You should, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you shouldn't be like, you know, treating it like it's an ultimate event.
Exactly.
You know, yeah. Like, just because when I met her, I had like made a vow. You know, I was like, and I'm done dating for like the foreseeable future. And then I met her, I was like, well,
that's right when it happens.
That's when it happens.
Right when you're like, I'm giving it up.
Yeah.
I'm just sticking to my gambling.
Yeah. I think I'll just drink and watch Beyblades. And
What the Beyblades is a real thing?
Yes. Yeah.
God.
You can go to, you know, Target probably and buy some.
Beyblades.
Yeah.
Dude, I love like societal progress and technological progress.
Yes.
The fact that there is like a sport of Beyblades and people,
not a real sport, you know. Yeah.
You don't think there's people really gambling on it somewhere?
Maybe.
There's got to be a group of Beyblade enthusiasts that meet up.
Oh, there are. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's a convention.
The fact that you're in a time period where like no matter what your weird thing is, there's people like you and you can find them and hang out. It's like it's so much fun.
Yes, yeah.
I saw Radio Hunters. Have you ever heard of this? Your dad's probably heard of it. We live here in East Dallas, so we were at White Rock Lake.
Yes.
I was at one of the parks with my son over there, and these guys are walking around with like radio antennas and like some weird electronic equipment, and you know, it's just, and they're out of place. It's a playground. They're at the lake, but they're not in like exercise outfits. They don't have children with them. It's like two like 50 or 60-year-old men walking around with this weird equipment, and you're like, are they with the city? Are they looking? What are they doing?
What are they
you know,
up to over there? Yeah.
And I'm a curious person, so I was just like, "Can I ask what you're doing? What's going on?"
Yeah.
And I don't remember what they called it, but somebody would come drop a target that put off a radio signal.
Whoa.
And they would have to use their equipment to track it down, and it would be out there maybe for the weekend. And so just this group of enthusiasts would just randomly come through these spots and find it and check off and be like, we found it.
We did it.
And then whoever put it there would come pick it up later. And it was like all just kind of on the honor system. And
Whoa.
it was just their little enthusiast thing. And I was like, good for you. Like, you found
That's
your people.
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
like, this is what the internet's for.
Yes.
Putting you all together. You know?
Yeah.
And and they were they were talking to me for like 15 minutes. They were amped about it. They had no idea it was like this nerdy hobby that 98% of people are not going to be into.
No, yeah.
But I was psyched that they were psyched, you know?
Yes.
So I get Beyblades. I get it.
Yeah.
I get how you could lose $43,000 on it.
And just keep chasing that dragon, you know? It's Yeah.
So did that take the pressure off of you planning the wedding? Did she get to take all that over since you did such a good job with the proposal?
You know, what's crazy is that I guess she hadn't really considered what a wedding would be like that much. Mm-hmm. She, I think, is a very much like lives in the moment kind of person, and isn't like, you know, when Prince Charming comes, this is how the wedding will go. Mm-hmm. You know, she was just like, and life is fun to live right now, you know?
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of like decisions to be made quickly. And
did y'all set like a early date?
We had a 6-month engagement. Yes. Wow. Which someone recently in my family beat us like with a 4-month.
Wow.
You know, or maybe it was like 5, but I was like, are you kidding me? Like, it's hard.
Yeah. Nowadays, like, can you even get a venue that quick? You know,
it's tough. Like, that was one of our biggest like hurdles, was like finding the right venue, and then also on like what date. And like one of the venues was like actually like 2 months earlier. And we were like, I don't know, you know,
it's too quick.
It's too quick, you know, to like really nail everything. I mean, we were like gluing and, you know, making stuff like the name tags and stuff like, you know, day of, you know, it was down to the wire. Mm-hmm. And so, luckily, you know, her mom is like a great, you know, project manager. That's not her job title, but she's just like really, I don't know how to explain it, but she's like
she's that person who gets it done.
Yes, yeah, and knows a lot of people and has already planned 2 other weddings. You know, she's got 2 sisters, and so
so she's calm under pressure. She's
got it, and so and it was Maddie was like, and we're gonna get married this calendar year, 2024, and I was like, all right, let's do it. You know, why wait? You know,
why was it? Why were y'all wanting to do it so quick? Just get it over with?
I think, just make it happen, you know? And we like, it's corny, and I think it's from a movie, but when you meet the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, you want the rest of your life to start right away, you know?
Is that Wedding Crashers, maybe?
Maybe, or When Harry Met Sally, maybe?
I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm going to be
curious. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know, please. Somebody clip that up.
Yeah.
I mean, but what a great sentiment. Because, what I'm thinking of from Wedding Crashers is they're like, who's the one or something? And he's like, it's your soul's recognition of its counterpart or something like that. And it's
wow.
Okay, Owen Wilson.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty, I mean... It's nice.
I mean, it's good if you've experienced it. You know? Yeah.
That's exciting, man. Are they already hitting you all up about kids?
No,
is that train
not
started yet?
Too bad. Both of our sisters have had kids, and like almost back to back.
So the family's got the fix right.
Yeah. My sister's son just turned 2. Mm-hmm. Her sister's son just turned 1, and they're both expecting.
Whoa!
Yes,
going for it.
Yeah. And so we're like, everyone's pretty tied up.
We had family members hitting us up at the wedding reception, like, so children. I was like, I'm so drunk. Can we just can we just enjoy this? And like literally, some of the family members were saying things like, "Well, that doesn't hurt," and you're like, "All right."
Why even ask me?
Yeah. You know, the one thing I couldn't stop laughing about in my own mind was when relatives were asking if we were trying.
Yeah.
And it'd be like her uncle, and it's like in my mind, I'm like, you want to know if I'm boning your niece right now? That's
Why would you ask me?
There's got to be a better way to phrase that.
Even when people say like, "So how's married life?" You're like, "Okay, gross."
Just moved in. Huh?
Yeah. A lot of late nights, probably.
It's so strange because it's like I don't know how to respond. It's like, we're trying a lot, man.
Yeah.
Every chance we can.
Yes,
like what?
Yeah.
What?
A couple of practice rounds. You know? It's so ridiculous.
We got the IUD out of there, so it's go time. Like, I don't know how to respond to any of that, and I just smile like, Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It's awkward.
What do we got? Queso over here?
Yeah. The salsa's gone. I prefer salsa to queso. Yeah.
Oh man, that's exciting, dude. Your life it's like I didn't talk to you that long ago, but it's just so different all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think we talked in 2023.
Has it been that long? 2 years? Wow.
So makes it, good till like for 2 years to go by and be like, oh wow,
Yeah, that a lot actually happened.
Yeah. Not be like, a same place. Every day is a blur of the sameness. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you meet those people though.
Yeah.
And it's like you want to be positive and be like,
there's
there's nothing you can say that doesn't sound like a jerk. Where you just be like, you'll find a thing, you'll find something,
no, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. But in the back of your mind, you're like, you're probably not gonna.
Yeah.
You don't really try much.
Yeah, I have a problem where I'll just like get down with them, and I'll be like,
you go there.
Yeah. Things are bad, huh? And then they end up being like, well, maybe not.
You start saying some weird stuff like the other day I was just at a gun store. I don't even know why.
I don't even know. I woke up there.
Man. Well, I mean,
yeah.
Is your goal with the comedy special? Like, are you going to try to use that to advance your comedy career anyway? Like, do you want to become like at this point, you're a pretty standard feature at a lot of places, right?
For sure. And
you having aspirations of like headliner yet?
Yeah. So the plan is to, clip it up as one does and put it out. And ideally I have that finished like by the end of next week. Like they're all clipped and they're all captioned, and so I don't have to keep thinking about that piece of work anymore. And so the plan is like to feature more, maybe end up doing like some one-nighter stuff as a headliner in like weird small side rooms, closets, or wherever I mean, they'll let me. Yeah.
You got to be ready for that point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we know you're capable of being funny enough to do it.
Yes.
I guess like how long do you think it took you to write what you just recorded? A couple years, several years?
Yeah. It wasn't like
a lot. Some of it was from kind of early, right?
Some of it was from very early, and then some of it was from quite recently. I mean, the proposals joke, and even the closer was from 2023. Was when I wrote that joke, and so it's like I think more of that was actually newer stuff, and then like the middle chunk about like my dad and stuff, that was that's really old. That's all very old, except some of it. I'm talking so vaguely, but
no, I know what you're talking about your dad's connections and how they're going to help you. Those bits.
Yes, yeah. And then like the being bad at sports, and
Which, by the way, that was one of the bits I've never seen you do.
What? That's one of my favorite jokes.
Choke up, square it up. Like, I mean, dude, that had me rolling because I think that was one of the few Parker things I just had not ever experienced.
Whoa,
so it's fresh.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I guess I've never noticed that you do as much physical work as you do at times. So that bit specifically really leans on some physical things, and I was like, okay, all right. I was like really in on that, but. I mean, it's rare now that I'm like, because I'm watching on my phone, listening through headphones.
Yeah.
It's rare now that I'm like chuckling by myself like really hard. And that one definitely got me.
Oh, good.
That one got me.
Yeah.
And it's not that the other ones weren't any funnier. It's just, I know those are coming now because I've had the pleasure of watching you before. So those are still funny, but I didn't have them from that like, who is this guy? Like, you know how it is. It's like the first time you ever see any comic that's a killer.
Yeah.
You don't know their tricks and their nuance.
Yeah.
And it's just like the first time I ever saw one of Bill Burr's specials.
Right.
He can write funnier material, but it'll never make me laugh that hard again.
Right.
Because I just had no clue who he was with his rage and all that.
Yeah.
And it just got me.
You didn't expect it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was totally like, it was a totally new experience. And so the bits we were just talking about that I hadn't seen before, I was like, oh my God, it snapped me back to the first time I saw Parker.
Wow, yeah.
So
that's awesome.
It was really fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite ones because it's a part of myself that I'm like the most ashamed of, is like being uncoordinated and like I want to be good at sports so bad, even still.
Yeah.
And I realized recently, I was like, I've kind of set up my life to where I never have to be good at sports. And then I was like, thrust into like, we're gonna play beach volleyball. I was like, no, we're not. Yeah.
Dude, this is the perfect part of your life to get back into sports. Though.
Yeah.
What sport do you want to play the most? Do you think?
I just want to be generally like not terrible at athletics.
But if you wanted to pick one now, which one seems enticing?
Man, you know, it's not a sport,
okay,
but it's an activity. I think like snowboarding and skiing is something I'd like to get good at.
Yeah, but you know, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little tough.
Or surfing is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
all things I think if I tried, I would. Which I did try skiing, and it was
how'd it go?
Terribly.
Really?
Yeah, I was terrible at it. Yeah,
I'm just okay at it.
Yeah.
My wife makes me angry though because she doesn't try at all when she skis. Like her arms are just by her side, and she's just looking at trees and scenery, and she's just flying, and it looks effortless. And I'm like, and I'm fairly athletic, and I was like, this is bullshit. You know, like I'm sitting here, I'm like trying to work on like a stance. Like,
yeah. I'm doing pizza and French fries and mostly pizza and not slowing down. Yeah.
Well, okay. What's something that's like a team sport?
Yeah. A team.
What can we get you on?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to do like
I know
a
y'all
kickball
do
league or something?
The basketball, on Saturdays.
Now I say I do that. I've done one.
Okay. Well, I've seen you in the picture.
I've done one, but the only reason I haven't done more is we're renovating a home during this because they asked me to join a tournament that they're having later. And that's why I told him, I was like, the tournament's happening on her due date.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, maybe.
No. Yeah. I'm a real tentative maybe, okay? Yeah.
But I definitely want to get back out there with them. Well, I mean, look, dude, that's the best group to start with.
that's the way to do it, yeah. Because it seems low stakes, but let me tell you.
There's a couple of them that take it pretty seriously.
Okay, good.
But not ridiculous. There's plenty of bad people, too, to balance it.
I like pickleball a lot.
God, Parker. I'm not joking this time.
Yeah.
That is the one activity I hate so much. I hate it. I was in a shoe store the other day, like just like, like Dick's Sporting Goods or something.
Yeah.
And they're selling pickleball shoes now.
Wow.
And it's like the marketing of pickleball has blown my mind.
They've figured it out.
Dude, it's like you found people who loved beer pong but didn't have the athleticism for tennis or something.
Yeah.
And so we're just mixing it all together. And but more of it is the attitude of a lot of the pickleballers.
Yes.
Where they take it as a very serious sport.
And I hate it. To me, a volley. We volley, like a good big back and forth, that's a win.
Yeah.
And if you spike it to like get the point, like you're not fun.
Have you been doing pickleball? Have you been playing it? Yeah?
I've played it.
You got out there a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're liking it?
I've probably played like 4 times.
I support your athletic dream in pickleball if that's what you want. I support it. I'll hate the sport, but I'll support you.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I might give up comedy and go full pro.
What about thoughts
pickleball.
of just playing full on tennis?
I don't think
you're
I think
so
the learning
close.
Curve is so high.
You're so close to tennis though.
Are you?
You're on a court.
Yeah.
You're hitting something over a net.
But
the racket's bigger.
But the tennis, it's that overhand serve. That
you could start with a little soft underhand just to get the game going. Play with your wife. That's a great married thing.
Yes.
What are y'all doing? Well, we're playing tennis this Saturday.
Yeah. Not pickleball? No.
Yeah.
So judgy. No, we're wearing our tennis whites and everything.
We explored that, and it just wasn't for us.
It wasn't elitist enough for me.
Think how great you'd look in tennis outfits.
I know. Yeah.
Dude, you could be this eccentric comedian who excels at tennis, and they really don't get you.
With a white visor.
Yeah.
You
could get the hair like really pushing up out of it.
Yes, yeah.
This could be a great identity for you.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think you're actually going to play tennis, but it's okay.
I don't think so either. But
what outside of pickleball would you play?
Golf maybe is one that it's like an old man sport, but it's
you're already getting some old man tendencies, so that's fine.
Yeah, I have those.
Get in there, dude.
Yeah. I've got a bad shoulder, which probably is bad for golf. But yeah.
Talking about golf and knowing your Adam Sandler love.
Yes.
How did you feel about Happy Gilmore 2?
Happy Gilmore 2, interesting.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we watched it, and
did you go back and watch 1?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I did like kind of like within the last year I watched 1.
Okay.
So that's,
What'd you think?
I felt like there were some bits that I thought were very funny.
Uh-huh.
like the sons being like all like the version of him without the like growth.
Yes.
You know, that was fun. I thought, spoiler alert, they like kill off the wife, the love interest.
Yeah.
Like in the first 5 minutes, he murders her. I died. I mean, couldn't handle it. Yeah.
I get that you wrote this plot.
Yeah.
That you're going to follow. But I really was like, what the hell?
Yeah, she's gone.
Because it didn't dawn on me for years that mom from Modern Family was the same character in Happy Gilmore.
I didn't realize that until you said it just now.
It didn't dawn, and I was like, oh my God, how did I never connect the dots on this?
Whoa.
So I was very excited to see her now playing that character, and then it immediately gone.
Yeah, immediately. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. It felt like a fun little victory lap, like how he pulled all the characters back in different ways.
And brought in his friends, and then like one of the guys that directed Uncut Gems was like the villain.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Benny Safdie, and you know, it was just like, it did feel like a victory lap. And there were still plenty of funny things, you know, and it was perfectly dialed up to 12 silliness.
I was very happy that when he started his comeback, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
I thought we were about to go into this like, oh, he's still got it instantly kind of thing. And I was like, damn, dude. The one bit that I thought was funny only because I was wondering how it would play to like a modern audience was how everything was a flask. That seemed like such a ridiculous like 90s type of bit.
Yeah.
Where it's like the average person's smart enough now to know that like a TV remote couldn't hold alcohol.
You know, like this is not unless it was modified.
You know, and just the inconsistencies of like, okay, so this broke guy had the budget to modify everything to a flask.
He's like, really?
But part of me loved it because like that was like the ridiculousness of some of those movies.
Yes.
That like, okay, I can get on board with
I can
this.
suspend reality for a minute. Yeah.
I'm not a huge golf fan, but I know who John Daly is.
Yes.
And so I loved his role in the whole thing.
Yeah. And the guy from Dallas was in it. I do not remember his name.
You talking about the golfer?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He had like a good chunk of it.
He was pretty solid too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he was a player, but I don't know enough about him to know what he's like.
I think he won the Masters.
Yeah, but it felt like rereasonable acting.
Yeah.
Like I don't know his real personality.
Yeah.
So I still bought it.
But. They called back to because he got arrested that time. And at the end he was like, not again, you know.
I didn't know that's what that was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. I wonder what the golf community thinks of it. I wonder if they love it or not.
Yeah.
But
I feel like there's a lot of people play golf because of that movie.
Gotta be, right?
Yeah, and I think they're like, you know, we love it.
I was watching some crazy dude on Instagram. I don't care about golf at all. Like Happy Gilmore is the max I care about golf.
Yeah.
But he had this weird swing where like he one-handed, like spun the club. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know the guy, but I've seen the move. You know? Yeah.
And he's just launching it. And I was like, that's gotta be Happy Gilmore inspired. Like just getting weird with shots.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's fun, dude.
He's at Top Golf, and they're like, hey, if you keep hitting it like that, we're going to kick you out. Yeah.
How much longer do you think we got Sandler being hilarious?
I don't know. Because I think he ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
And I think if he's like capitalizing on popularity, it kind of like, doesn't work out. But then if he's like just having fun again, it does work out. I don't think anyone liked Jack and Jill. Not to talk shit.
Jack and Jill. I think I missed that one completely.
That's where he is like dressed up as like fat twins.
Oh, and, I don't think I ever watched that one.
And maybe I revisit because saying it out loud, I'm like, it might be hilarious.
Well, what I've noticed is like I went through like a real judgy, artsy phase.
Yeah.
When I was younger, loved all of this stuff, right?
Yes.
Then went through a judgy phase, and it's like now that, I don't know, maybe it's just like, you get more, even just as a spectator, it's like you're getting more into comedy. And so when you find people who are like really too serious about it, it's so off-putting.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like they have all their rules about what comedy is. It gets really off-putting, right?
Yes, yes.
And so now I'm watching it with this whole new, like, oh, that's so cool. He just does what he wants.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then now that I have a kid, I'm like, I get to rewatch a lot of these movies here pretty soon.
Through the eyes of this child.
And see, like, does it hold up? Or is it going to look as silly as, like, have you ever seen one of those old movies like Animal House?
Yes.
It doesn't hold up at all.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wonder if, all these Adam Sandler movies are going to be that way, where it's just so stupid we can't even get on board, or if it's just silly enough that you giggle.
I think so. Because there's still like some fun moments in the first one, like when they cut to him cursing and it's bleeping. I remember watching that when I for the first time and like almost peeing my pants because I was just like, this guy's
some of it is just
Yeah.
it's just that childhood, like in the current one, spoilers again, sorry.
Yeah.
The guys, oh my God, I'm blanking on the names. His golf instructor's son, who also lost his hand.
Yes, yeah.
And I see him going for the handshake. I know he's going to break the prosthetic with his handshake, but it still just got me.
Still funny.
It still got me. It's like,
of course, you have a wooden hand as well.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, it's a genetic trait, the wooden hand. Yeah.
I have, and then like when you were texting me about filming your special,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I talked a lot about Adam Sandler.
Well, and I just totally forgot just how good he is at stand-up.
Yeah.
And how
he's so good.
Because what was the show that you sent me where he's at multiple places?
Yeah, that was his first one. It was like 100% Fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just forgot how clever that was.
Yes.
And it's like, I know he's got the budget with Happy Madison to do these fun things, but at the end of the day, like, and then with his closer with Chris Farley. I was like, Jesus.
You texted me like, I'm crying now.
I mean, it was
in the middle of the day because I watched this. Yeah.
Well, you forget that he had all those years with SNL.
Yeah.
And that the guy, although he's a comic, he's really a performer and an entertainer.
Yes.
And that he knows how to set this up for exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
And just the whoever he teamed up with that was playing the piano for a lot of the silly songs, it's like just the vibe that the two of them had.
Yes.
Perfect. And I was like,
so good.
It's like, it's so crazy that he's gotten to a point where it's easy to underestimate him because of some of his work. And then you see something like that again, you're like, holy shit, that's a master.
Yeah. And I wanted to do something similar to that in bar shows, but then I was like, you talked some sense into me too. And I was just
I didn't want it to be discouraging.
It wasn't. it was almost encouraging because I was like, well, the only reason I want to do that is because I don't think I can headline. Because I don't think I can sell tickets. I can hop on these shows that they sold tickets.
Really?
Yeah. And I can stitch together something that's cool and unique. But ultimately, it's like, just the audio alone is such a like. Maybe you build out a camera, like a run and gun kind of guerrilla thing. But I think ultimately, everything worked out the way it was supposed to.
I didn't know that was one of the reasons you made that choice, but that makes total sense now. It makes total sense. You're like finding this unique solution to this very private problem that you don't want to tell people about.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, that's what it, I've been trying to like write my core tenets to like make writing easier, like.
Listen, before you feel embarrassed,
Yeah.
I literally have a book arriving like while we're doing this interview. It's going to be at my house.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. And it's a book that's talking about like finding your like inner drive and breathing techniques. And it's like, look, I'm full of shit too. All right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. One of them is grit beats persevere or grit beats permission. And so it's like, I can do stuff. I don't have to wait for Netflix or somebody to say like, you're allowed to make something. I can just do it. And actually everyone can. And so that it just took me a long time to figure that out, I guess. That like, I can just make something and put it out. And as long as I work hard on it and I'm proud of it, that's all that matters. And then I can make another one. And then I can make something else. And, and I think that that's the way to like true fulfillment and success anyway. If you're like trying to figure out what do people like and I can make that, it's like by the time you know how to make what people like something else. Yeah.
I mean, dude, you hit it. I mean, right on the head of the nail there. Like one of my problems with our scene, as somebody who just watches it, is exactly what you just said. I think Dallas specifically. I don't know much about the Fort Worth scene, as a separate thing, but like DFW as a whole. But I'm kind of specifically talking about like the Dallas comics. I know, I guess there are like some really great killer comics here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of the ones that are at a more veteran status, because of their experience of how they came up through the scene so long ago, and the rules that kind of applied then, and then the old goals of what could happen with what success was then versus what success is now.
Yeah.
You know, like they're the people who are struggling to understand how a social media influencer can sell out shows even though they don't have a full set yet.
Right.
And it's like, well, I mean, they built an audience and they're going to catch up on the stand-up. And they may never be good at it, but it's a pathway now.
Yeah.
And either way, that club's booking it because the ticket's sold. And I can't remember who it was on here, but they were like, you know, that's kind of a good thing because that allows us to at least have an open mic still.
Right.
If the club is selling tickets, we could get to do our small shows that aren't selling tickets yet. And it's like, all right, I like that. I can get on board with that. But I think they're afraid to push their own boundaries. Like, I think they're viewing that material as so precious that if they give it up, it's my material. And it's like, I see them more as like, you're so funny. I know you're capable of writing 1 hour probably every 2 years.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to buckle down, I think you could do an annual one. But like 2 years, I think is really reasonable for so many of the comics to fully rewrite 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
I just don't know that they believe it themselves yet.
Right.
You know? And so I think something like you do, like you released it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, do you want to be a comic that's telling all those jokes after you released it? Or do you want to push yourself to write more? And I think from my limited experience, you know, and there's a lot of things I don't know that I don't know, and I understand that. But I think if more of the comics in this scene push themselves like that, don't make it so precious that like you're going to tweak it forever.
Yeah.
You know, or like, because I'm doing this feature spot, I have to stick to the gold, you know?
Right, yeah.
It's like, I think you're good enough to experiment. I think you are. I think you're funny. And if you're taking a nosedive, you know how to get out.
Yes.
You know, and so I just don't know if they believe it themselves that like you are that funny and you are that capable.
Yeah.
You just got to start getting in that uncomfortable zone again.
Yeah.
You know? And you know the names without saying them, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
But, and I mean that from an encouraging place of like, I think there's easily, you know, 10 to 15 1-hour specials that could come out of this town if those people wanted to. That would be really incredible.
Right, yeah.
But I don't think they want to do it. I think they feel like, no, I mean, you know, like I just need to ascend these levels and then Netflix or somebody will do it.
Yeah, the gatekeeper, they'll come to me and it's like they won't.
No.
They don't come to people anymore.
You're not even on their radar.
Yeah, you have to do it yourself.
You know?
Yeah, I'm big into the DIY like aspect of this because and I'm proud to be. Someone tried to tell me like, well, but people think like less when it's not like attached to a distributor or like you just did it yourself. I was like, it was good enough for Shane Gillis.
Yeah, well,
it's good enough for me.
Again, that's the old thinking.
Yeah,
I think people are stuck in.
Yeah,
because look at the countless famous. When I was looking at yours, one of the recommended ones was Joe List.
Yeah,
it's like we're gonna say he's not.
Yeah,
industry pro, recognized by all as a professional.
Yes.
Come on.
And I've written more bits in the past, you know, like 4 or 5 months since recording that I wouldn't have written had I not done it and then been like, oh, now I have to come up with new stuff. And I had a moment of, what is it? Like, you know, I was worried. I was like, you know, do I say... I started getting more work, which was a little frustrating because I was like, I was really wanting the work to run the material and like make it better. And then, you know, you announce like, oh, I'm headlining something. And then all of a sudden people are like, hey, you can come work here. And I was like, sure. You know, yeah, great. Thanks.
So they were offering you headlining spots?
Not headlining, but more feature work, more road work, more, you know, like places that I had been like knocking at the door started answering. And I was like, what?
But you know why though, right?
Yeah.
You're taking yourself seriously by putting something like this out.
Yeah.
So now they feel like they can take you more seriously. Like a lot of these people are just wanting you to see like, you know, is this a hobby for you or are you really devoted to this? And I think that's what you'll see after putting this out is that it's kind of up to you how much you want it to progress now.
Right. Yeah.
Because you're seeing now, it's like, oh, I could start booking things.
Yeah.
I could start booking, and I have something that they can reference. New bookers that have never heard of me now have something they can check out if they'd like to.
Yeah.
You know, taking that leap of faith on yourself, recording that is just, you know, it's one of those things where it shows. It's kind of how, like, you know, people used to say, like, your college degree isn't about the degree. It's showing that you did the fucking thing to get the paper.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of what releasing your special is.
A little bit, yeah.
As long as it's funny.
Funny, yeah.
You know, if you release something that's total dog shit, but they're seeing like you're at a reputable club in the area.
Yeah.
You've done legitimate video work and audio work. It's listenable. It's watchable.
Yeah.
There's a crowd that showed up, and it's not, you know, forced laughter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like canned laughter from a like tape. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So
yeah.
I think bookers now go like, well, who's this guy from Texas? Let's see if he wants to come up here to this area.
Yeah.
You know?
And I was like, do I turn these down? Because I don't have a new 25. I have that 25 plus 10, you know, or like, you know, so I have like a new 8, new 10, you know, by the time that happened. And I talked about it with my therapist, and I brought up I forget what it's called, but it's like, you know, if you change the planks of a ship, like every plank, is it a new ship?
Right.
And he was like, well, I think the point is staying afloat. And I was like, you genius. That's why I pay you the big bucks.
Go, fuck you. But all right.
Yeah.
But all right.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, yeah. So I can do some of these jokes and fill that time, you know, and just slowly, as I write more and do mics and practice those in the middle, it'll become new. And then, you know, keep a little list of like, and that one's officially retired, and that one's officially retired. And then, you know, 6 more months, I won't be doing any of those jokes.
So you accepted those gigs then?
Yeah, for sure.
How did that process go for you though? Trying to figure out the material you're going to keep in and the new. How did that feel?
It feels good. You know, I know I'm not doing the opener. I know I've got to write another opener that's as good, and I'm close. And so and then it's like, okay, well, these jokes are, you know, a similar, not like a similar topic, but kind of like I have like married life jokes now. So I can kind of talk about like, oh, recently got married, you know, and then do like 1 or 2 of those, and then like do the new 5, you know. And then I realized that middle chunk is like, I call it personal lore. So it's like you learn about me growing up, you know, and I was like, maybe I put a little bit of that in everything. And so I mined that and wrote like another 5 on that. And so, and then that's what the hardest thing has been, closing. I was like, I don't know what to close with.
With your closer in the special, was that kind of a standard closer for you, or is that something you did? Okay.
That was a standard closer.
Gotcha.
And I knew exactly how long it was, and I knew that I'd get an applause on the last line.
Yeah, because you've dialed it in now for years. Yeah.
And so now it's getting close to where I have like one of my new jokes works as a closer, but it's just not quite there yet.
Have you talked to any of the other locals that have released stuff in the past like 2 years to see?
Yeah, no, not. That's why I was like, just doing like a, you know, audio only interview, just for like my personal records, you know, to like learn like what Lawrence figured out, and also on the technical side, like what y'all figured out, you know, and then anyone who's like done an album, even not even like a video special, but like Tyson Pfeiffer did an album, you know, and then Paul, you know, like what's your process, you know?
Yeah.
But it's you know, that's like a whole another thing to do. I should also just be able to hit them up and not make it a capitalizable event, you know.
No, but I mean, I think it's beneficial for everyone. They're going to hear your thought process too, you know, and you all have such different personalities, right? Like you versus Lawrence versus Tyson Pfeiffer. The other one who released something this year was Mikey B.
Oh, yes, of course.
Know? And so it's like there's another one where it's like, and you guys are all going at it with different important things to yourselves.
Yeah.
Like what was important for his special is probably going to be different than what was important for yours.
Yeah.
You get to share those ideas. I think everybody wins from that. And then just, you know, the way he's going to market everything, the way he is comfortable doing it is going to be vastly different from what you want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And you guys get to compare notes about like, you know, I did this and it sucked. I did this, it kind of worked. I don't know.
Yeah.
And but ultimately, you're all doing it the way you want to do it, which is the most important part. Like you said, it's like that way, if it does only get the 4 views, you at least love it.
I'm still proud of it.
Yeah. If you got 4 views and you fucking hated it, you'd be questioning like, was it because I screwed it up and did all these things?
Yeah.
And there would just be so much like, what if, you know?
Yeah. if you hated it and it blew up, you'd be like, maybe I don't know anything, you know? Yeah.
I think a lot of y'all in this scene are struggling to realize that the scene is very strong. Mm-hmm. There's still room to grow, to put it as one of the like staples in the country. Mm-hmm. But I think y'all are underestimating the strength of how many quality comics are here.
There's a ton.
Yeah. And so I think there's a lack of like trusting your gut.
Yeah.
You know, there's always like, I mean, do they want this? Do the clubs want that? Do the bookers want that? And it's like, what do you want to do as a comic?
I agree with
you know, like if they have rules, like if you're a host and you got to hit these topics, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about your material. Like, what do you? Don't worry about what they want, because somebody was like, well, I heard that they want you to be like energetic. You don't get them going.
Yes.
And it's like, well, I've also seen Tyler Elliott.
Right,
completely captivate as a host and get the show rolling, and he's nowhere near high energy.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I think he's just kind of being true to his act.
Yeah,
and that's why it works so well.
Yes,
because like how many at this point in your career, it's like how many phony high energy starts have you seen where you're just like, Jesus, like, it's so not genuine.
Yes.
You know. Like you said, you're starting to feel it with your opener now that it's behind you.
Yeah. That it's like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
but they don't feel that. They just stay with it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, please, just what's the real you? I want to know the real you. I bet the real you's super interesting and super funny.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's my big hope over the next couple of years is as guys like you know, release something, other people start seeing like, I think maybe we're a little better around here than we realized.
Yeah.
And that we can stand up very well against other scenes. Not that it's a competition, but just that it's an area that you can come and get good at comedy, you know?
For sure, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that, you know, there's at least a handful of people who definitely know that.
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah.
And I don't mean it to be like, oh, we're great. But I think it would motivate them to go like, well, like you said, it's like, well, they're going to book me. I just need to write the material. Yeah. And I think if other people realize it's like, no, if you just keep writing the material and performing, you're going to start branching out here soon. Yeah. Yeah. But and taking risks and getting out of your comfort zone. And like you said, everything shouldn't be so sacred, you know, and technology's at a place where you can do something. Yeah. And so do it. I mean, even if it's just, I wouldn't do it this way, but it's like if you were creative enough, you could just do it with your friends' cell phones. Right. It would be incredibly challenging. Yeah. But if you did enough YouTube tutorials to figure out lighting and all these things, like you could make that work. You could make a style that worked for you for like a 10-minute thing. Yeah. You know, and it's like, I don't know, worst case scenario, you just don't ever put it out. Yeah. You know? Worst case scenario, you got something for the archives when you die. Yeah, you know? Like, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. So when you released it, it's like I got a little amped up. Yeah. Like, all right. Yeah. Who's next in this town? Yes. Who's next? Yeah. What are we doing here? I know who might be next, but I can't talk about it. Oh, but really? Yeah. And I know you know someone who might be next, right? Aren't you planning to do something at the end of the year? Yes. Yeah. Yes. I think we're actually going to announce it like what was it right now? August. I think we're going to talk about it in September because they want to start trying to move tickets for it. I mean, you have to. Yeah. Yeah. And we've just, the last couple of months, we've been in that weird, like, the excitement of initially agreeing on doing this is kind of gone. Yeah. And we're not to the excitement of like, oh my God, it's a month away. Now we're doing it. Yeah, we're not there yet. So it's just like, we'll do it. Yeah. We'll do it. And now like, selling tickets was like a very fun challenge, you know, of like, okay, I've got 3 months to at the very least sell 100 tickets. My goal was 100. You know, if I got 100 people in there, it's good audience. We got a great audience, and there's still room for the camera people. If I get 150 in there, a good problem to have, but a problem. You know, to where do the camera people go? And we had like 103 in there, or 105. You know, and so that was great. But I started in January. I was like, I'm going to make a list of everyone who's ever said, tell me when your next show is. Wow. And then I'm going to message them personally and say, hey, this is when it is, you know? And then I'm going to follow up. And then until I get a confirmation. And then someone, might have been Michael Pasvar, he was like, he taught me a trick where you're like, hey man, I don't know if the link is working. Let me know. He's told me this before. Yeah. I was like, and before I really knew him, he used it on me. Yeah, genius stuff. Because he sent me a message like that once, and I was like, I was like, fuck. And I went on the link and like got a ticket right there. I was like, yeah, man, it worked.
Yeah,
but,
it worked. Yeah,
but if you didn't message me, I might have forgot.
You might have not done it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Learning to follow up. I sold Xerox printers for a little while.
Wow.
And I always say really great job in 1990.
I'm just saying, I just didn't think you were old enough to have a job like that.
Well.
Like, what's going on in your family? Your dad's in radio, you're in Xerox printers. What's happening?
That's really funny. We we're late to the party.
Is your mom doing like Mary Kay or something?
Yes. No, she's a homewrecker.
Anyway, sorry, go on. You were selling Xerox printers and you weren't used to or you were used to being that way or not?
No, I wasn't good at sales, and I learned that all sales is following up.
Mm-hmm.
Just follow up until people are mad at you. And so I did that with move-in tickets.
Yeah. Have you met Alfred Kainga yet?
No. Or maybe I have, yeah.
He's a local guy, but he's from Zimbabwe.
Okay.
But oddly enough, when he came to America, like one of his first jobs was selling vacuum cleaners. And It's like, how fucking old are you? Like, it's like people really went door to door, and he's like, yeah, dude, not as long ago as you think.
Yeah,
I was like,
Rainbow. Oh. Yeah. It's a good vacuum cleaner.
The selling tickets thing again, but that comes back to I think there's an old way of feeling how the show should go and what your responsibility is.
Yeah.
That's one dynamic I don't think DFW has figured out in terms of the relationship of comics, producers, and clubs. Mm-hmm. What are the shared responsibilities of moving tickets and promotion?
Yeah.
I think it's real murky for everyone involved.
Yeah, of course it is.
And I think everyone's afraid to step on toes to like, I'm going to ask the club if they can like use this poster and promote it this way because they don't want to blow an opportunity. And like you've done a lot of work with some of the standard clubs here as a host. And did you feel pressure that like, okay, I'm hosting, it's 4 shows this weekend and I know it's a famous headliner, but I need to try to move some tickets myself? Or were you always like, nope, not my job. I need to show up? Yeah.
No. I was always like, my job is to set up an environment that makes the headliner shine. So, no one's going to even remember me.
Yeah. Where do you think the line crosses of all of a sudden selling tickets becomes more important?
I think it's when you're a headliner.
So even as a feature, not really a big deal.
I think as a feature, if it's like based on a material and maybe a reputation thing that like you're not headlining and you can move tickets, I think that's beneficial for everyone. Certainly for the headliner, and for you for like building that like, look, see, I can move tickets. Unfortunately, most of the time, the feature is getting a base pay.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with how many people come. And the headliners are getting door deals. So if you are bringing people in, and I mean, if you're like responsible for 20% of the room, and you're making, and I mean, that's a bad attitude maybe, but I
understand what you mean though.
Yeah.
Because that's the other contentious thing in comedy right now is pay rates.
Right. Yeah. And so ultimately it's like, but also you want to become a headliner, so you have to prove you can move tickets. And so it's tough. It's I will always post about shows, and anyone who wants to come to them, let me know. And if I can get, free tickets, I'll try. If not, I'll let you know. And I think ultimately, someone once said, when you're a headliner, every show's a bringer show. Yeah. And I believe that. I don't think it's necessarily the club's responsibility to get people in the door, because, I mean, are they here to see you, or are they just here to see comedy?
See, that's where I wonder if the system needs adjustment locally.
Right.
Because I would love for Dallas specifically, I don't know if Fort Worth can handle it because the population's just not there yet.
Right.
But Dallas specifically and our surrounding suburbs, why can't we have people who are just like, I don't know, we're going on Friday. They always have somebody good.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and maybe like, can a club build enough of a reputation that we always have amazing people?
Yeah. And I think
you know, the way like the Comedy Store can do that. The Cellar can do that.
The Mothership, you know.
The Mothership now. You got to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sold out every night of the week.
So I do wonder what holds back. You know, we live here closest to Hyenas, Dallas.
Yeah.
What keeps Hyenas? I don't know the answer, but I am really wanting to answer that of like, what keeps Hyenas Dallas Comedy Club from being in a position to sell out a Tuesday night with, just because people are like, there's so many people who don't have to work Wednesday, or they've got a lifestyle where they can go out on a Tuesday. They work shift work or something, and it's like, no, we're going out for a night. We decided to do the comedy club. They're like, they got people just pop in like, oh no, Parker Slavens just gonna, like, people like him. Last time we were there, he just dropped in.
Yeah,
you know, that the names here start growing.
Yeah,
the club name starts growing, and it starts having that. And I don't have any answers, but I'm real eager to solve that problem of what would it take. You know,
that's a good question. I think there's some creative ideas I've had with some friends about like, what if there was I think consistency is very important. Like, if there's a Thursday night stand-up showcase at one of these clubs, it has to be every Thursday night at this time, and you have to be able to consistently bring an audience. And because if there's 13 people in any room and there's 3 people doing 3-2-5s, or 10 people doing a showcase or an 8x8 or something, though that's not enticing to the audience members to be like, well, that was great, can't wait to go back.
I got you.
So there has to be like, and free tickets doesn't seem to be enough.
I was going to ask you because I had the opportunity to talk to the owner of Big Laugh Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And they have their issues that they're working through that are far out of my business. But, I was thinking about a place like that. I was like, well, can you just essentially like paper the city for a year?
Yeah.
Can you go like, okay, I want to go to Fort Worth ISD, and it's like, for this month, every Thursday, if you're a worker from this place, free ticket or something,
Right, yeah.
And then can you go like, oh, tonight we're going to have law enforcement night or something. And like, can you just, part of it would be, would you just get people enticed with free tickets to come in the door? The other part would be, could you start weaving your name into the fabric of that town? Like, would then they be like, oh yeah, the owner of this place came in, gave us all these tickets. And like, would you make yourself part of the neighborhood, so to speak?
Yeah.
But in your experience, it's like, how are free ticket crowds? Is that a plan that works, or is free tickets a great idea, but
I think
because comedy,
if it works, it's great, and you can make money on drinks. But
working with Hyenas, right?
Right.
It's like when you have a headliner who hasn't moved the tickets, and then they paper the room with their email list and their text messages. Does the room usually fill up, or
from what I've experienced, there's some months that are less. Like the summer months in Dallas, I think a lot of people leave.
Okay.
But also, I've definitely been at a show where the headliner was like, whoa, I didn't realize I had this draw here. And then it turned out that they didn't. And and they were very disappointed and very sad. But at the same time, I'm like, this is great.
You got a sold out room.
Yeah.
You got fans to game.
You got like 150 people here, 200 people here. And it's like, that's pretty crazy, And so I think I know that email lists move people. I don't know why. I have an in-law that works at like a huge consulting firm, and he swears by email lists. Okay. He's like, start your email list yesterday and get emails and get people's contact information. And so that's what Kevin Hart did, He had the pieces of paper. Kevin Hart wants to be your friend, and then they put it in an Excel spreadsheet. So when they came back after the papered room, they're ticket buyers this time,
Yeah.
I thought someone said something about like, ooh, programs, like how people have the little card. It's like upcoming shows. Why are we not having like playbills of like the upcoming shows and then selling advertising in there? And then
wow, that's clever.
Yeah, and then like using that to like pay talent. you know, or to market, you know,
Right.
because I feel like there's a world where there's a local night somewhere here that is locals only on like a Saturday,
Sure.
and it is
Even if it was like once a quarter or something.
yeah, and it sells out.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I think that there's got to be a way to do that. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
And then there's whoever's running it. The integrity of the acts you put up is very important.
I think that's I think that's an issue. Look,
Yeah.
I don't know how to run a club. I don't know how to book a club.
Yeah.
But it's like you do hear, like when you're sitting in the audience as much as I am, it's like you see people who are disengaged, who like came out thinking like this was going to be a great experience,
Yes.
and then it's a subpar headliner,
Yeah.
and it's like, all right, how long until they come back?
Yeah.
How long until they give this another try?
Maybe,
and if they do, is it
never?
Yeah, if they do, is it going to be at this club or another
Yeah.
club?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think about part of the reason I was wondering about the free tickets is it seems like you have to be. I think one of the clubs that does a good job, and I don't really know how they do it, is Backdoor Comedy Club. Like they seem to be becoming part of Richardson,
Right.
you know, like the Richardson neighborhood seems to know they have a comedy club now.
Yes.
And I know that's a smaller room. It's easier to fill up. But
Maybe like 30 seats or something. Like
I think maybe 40, maybe.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know. It's a small room.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're making money over there. I don't know how that
Yeah,
works,
yeah.
you know? But I do know that like Linda over there and rest in peace Jan, it's like for the love of the game, right? They
Right.
love
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
And it seems like some of these bigger clubs, it's like that's what you got to figure out how to tap into. Where if they feel like you're a fabric of the neighborhood, like you're a piece of this
Yeah.
that's important that they want to experience.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, even something like Highness Dallas, it's like how do we get that front bar where it's a spot where like someone might just stop in for a drink even though they're not watching a show.
Yeah.
Similar to places like Mothership.
Yeah.
DCC's doing that with their patio and their bar area. It's like maybe we can separate that to where like you're just a spot even if they're not watching the show.
Yeah.
And you become a name that's just part of what they're doing.
Yeah. I worry about like that area, the Mockingbird Station.
They're not doing a good job of being a neighborhood anymore.
Yeah.
Not just Hyenas, the whole
That
like,
whole area.
the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it's in a great location, easy parking,
Yeah.
easy access. If you are one of these people who want to take the train, you can do it.
But almost no foot traffic.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But my wife and I, we used to go there all the time when we were young. Like
Yeah.
we would go get food and we'd go to the Angelica Theater.
Yep. Yeah.
And it was a spot.
Yeah.
You know, we'd hop through whatever store was down there, you know, kill some time.
Yeah. It's kind of like Uptown, the Village, maybe.
Yes, I know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. And that's also died a little.
Like where the Magnolia Theater is, that area?
Yes.
It's like that big squared off section.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And and I'm like, man, I feel like right now I'm like, if someone could put a comedy club in like Knox Henderson, Lower Greenville. I mean, I know there's 4-day weekend, but like a
Yeah, but they have
stand-up-
their own little niche. They're not really.
They're not.
It's not really a stand-up club because don't they do more of like an event? Like you're going to come watch the show that they put on. Right?
Yeah, it's
Something
an
like that?
improv show.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
yeah, and it's I think it's short
fine.
form, long form, and music. You know, it's incredible. But yeah, a stand-up club over there, and that like. I think it's called like Lowest to Greenville now or something. Yeah.
We live closer over that way.
Yeah.
And like I'm old enough to remember when that lower part of Greenville was a shithole.
Right. Yeah.
And it was like 18 and up clubs. There was lots of problems. And I don't know the full story. The rumor I heard is that I think the people who own the properties got tired of it. And so when leases were ending, they were like raising rents to force them out.
Whoa.
But I guess they teamed up with the city. And
Yeah.
so they like redid the sidewalks. So it's like a
Yes.
walkable neighborhood.
Yep.
Plenty of parking, but if you're a resident around there, it's like you can walk to all these great spots.
Yeah.
And you can also like do it during the day. It's not just nightlife, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's what those other areas got to figure out. Again, how are you part of the neighborhood?
Yeah. Well, that's like when I went to Austin, I was like, 6th Street's crazy.
Wild.
And all these comedy clubs, they get people because you can bark here. You can't bark
No.
in
Not
you
Dallas.
know, yeah, other than I think that area. You know, that's like the only area on like Friday, Saturday night.
I think the
that-
reason it would work
yeah.
on 6th Street is
Yeah.
you got a lot of people who are going down to 6th Street who are like, let's see what happens.
Right.
I'm open in it. Let's check. Let's go bar hop.
Yeah.
Like you would probably do like that might work best, I think, in Deep Ellum.
Yeah.
But Deep Ellum's going through its own transition right now of like, what's going to happen here?
Yeah.
You know? And like, unfortunately, where Dallas Comedy Club is, not a lot of foot traffic there either.
Yeah,
that's a destination place.
Yeah.
Barking would work on Greenville Avenue though.
Yeah,
it would. There's a building on that lowest part of Greenville that you're talking about. That if I had money, I would hands down buy it right now.
What?
Yeah. If I had my wife and I, it used to be a gym.
Okay.
And it's a real interesting looking building. And it looks like you could set it up where there's upstairs and downstairs. Yeah. And there's even stairs from the outside that go up to the upstairs.
Oh, whoa. Yeah.
And so it looks like it wouldn't be huge. Yeah. But it looks like it could be one of these fun middle-sized clubs. Yeah. / bar. So hopefully the bar sales would keep a lot of it afloat, help you pay your comics, and then you build from there.
That one April 1st announcement.
I won't put that one in the April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we think about it all the time. We don't have the money to do it, but I'm constantly scouting because I do love those areas. Greenville Avenue. I like the Knox Henderson area. Yeah, they go through waves, but they're fairly consistent.
Yeah, and they're kind of close to each other.
Yeah.
So like,
well, and I have this dream too of like the pettiness of the comedy scene here will slowly die as everyone is becoming more successful. I think that will happen.
Hope so. Yeah,
I think that will happen. I think old ways will die and new ways will take over. Because to me, it's like, hey, why can't you have staggered open mics at your clubs so that you can make a nice little trip from Hyenas Dallas to whatever the new club is off Lower Greenville to Knox Henderson, then down to DCC. Yeah. And someone could hit 4 open mics easily in Dallas. Yeah. You know, and just have this network where these comics, why can't I go like, we're trying to use Parker these weekends of the year for some feature work. If y'all want to throw them on something else, who are you guys using? Like you could get this big cooperative effort so that you get these massive headliners coming into your scene, building it that way. Yes. And I imagine there's some newcomers, new comedy club owners who would be very open to that. And I think they probably meet some pushback with some of the people who've been here for a while. Right. You know, and if you've been here for a while, I get why you would be hesitant to do that. It's like, if you've been here for 20 years doing it, what do I need your advice for? Right. You know, I would understand that. Yeah. I could see that perspective. Yeah. But I just think it's like the times are changing, always changing. You got to just keep up with stuff. You know?
When I went to Austin, I did 8 sets in 3 days. You know?
There you go. And you can argue all day long about like if the Austin style of comedy is for you, but the fact is, whatever it is down there, it's growing. Yeah, and it's healthy for comedy if you want comedy to grow. And
you don't have to be that style.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, everybody's got their opinions, but
yeah, I know, and I'm like, well, and I feel it when I'm there, but I have a great support system that keeps me, you know. But yeah,
well, and even what's going on down there is great for this scene. It's like, plenty of your peers that have decided to go to Austin are seeing success down there now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, isn't that the goal?
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm happy for them. And they should. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, I have those dreams, but I'm happy to hear you think that Lower Greenville could support something like that, because I feel that way big time.
Yeah. Anytime I'm down there, I'm like, this is the spot. You know, this is where people are walking around, you know?
It's a little too close to Hyenas, but I think it would be... Well, no, what I was going to say is, if you don't go to the lowest Greenville, if you don't go to Lower Greenville, right there at the start where the Granada Theater is, I would love to put something in that area. Yeah, because I just have like, to me, one of the fun parts of having a cool club would be like when you guys are tired of hanging out at the club, there's a great spot next door. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
That would be that way when you're ready to get out of this spot, hey, we're going over here. And then like your servers and your staff that work for you when it shuts down, they're going next door.
And there's pizza on the way there. You can stop at the pizza place.
We're building a community on this block of like, you know, it's like I would love to, the dream would be to like open up something next to the Granada, and it's like now all of a sudden you know the owners of these places and you all work together to just make this area this high traffic entertainment area. Yeah. You know? But I don't know. I assume if I did something like that, it's like there would probably be like Hyenas would probably not like me.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like, why don't we just move Hyenas? But I mean,
why not though?
Yeah.
You know, but again,
probably because it's wildly expensive, and then you're the downtime and all that stuff. But
yeah, but also, it's like what were you talking about earlier? It's like you got to risk it sometimes.
Yeah.
You've got to.
Yeah.
And it's like, I would love to see, even if it wasn't a move, I would love to see like a refresh Hyenas.
Yeah.
You know, because to me, that place has the ability to be the best club in Dallas.
Yeah. I love Hyenas, just for the record. And I,
If it sounds like I'm talking shit, it's from a place of loving and constructive. I literally just went there to watch Jim Norton. And it's like, I love that I can drive a mile down the street and watch Jim Norton.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So no, that and they've been here for so long. They've proven their worth.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not trying to take that
And that
away.
was the first place I did stand up. So yeah.
Well, that's why I want to see it do so well.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
How many people started there?
Yeah.
You know,
so many.
I mean, that's why Lawrence wanted to do there. He's like, this is where I cut my teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. But I don't know. I think the scene's you've heard about this new place coming in Irving?
I have heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, but it's like there's another one.
That's an interesting area. That's where like the Toyota Music Factory is and all that stuff. Yeah. Do you know what it's called?
I don't remember.
It's like Punchlines or something.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I was like, I keep wanting to say Punchliner, but I'm pretty sure that's the comedy club of the sea.
I just Punchliner,
which is on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, man, look, I've taken up a lot of your time.
Yeah,
here.
How long have we been going?
It's been a while. It's been like 2.5 hours.
Okay,
but no, seriously, man, I'm so happy. Like, it's like we don't even know each other that well, but when you released it, I was like, I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, and all your help was awesome. You know, and the chatting and I love whenever I pitch something and I get like that constructive pushback, because I'm like, well, now I have to sharpen my idea. You know,
you phrased it so well when I was just like, this is stupid and expensive.
Yeah.
You made me sound much more like, oh, he gave me feedback.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, so what now? Now it's just promote the special, write new material, and start hitting up all those bookers and getting yourself to a headliner.
Yeah.
Huh?
Try to get my secret little plan, which I don't know if I should announce this or not, but who cares? Is to like be ready to do another one by like the end of next year.
That's doable.
Yeah.
That's doable, man.
And it's only 30 minutes.
It's 100% doable.
Yeah.
You'll probably be choosing which 30 minutes you want to do if you play your cards right.
Yeah.
You know? Dude, exciting. Well, best of luck out there, man.
Yeah. Parker Slavens' Harmful Romantic on YouTube. Thanks.
The I'm a Fan of podcast, music, comedy, and more.